Hello, all you beautiful people. How is everyone doing on this beautiful day? Part 9 of Trails from Zero. We're almost at the double digits here, guys, and we are going to be continuing from the festival, day 3 and 4, chapter 3, by the way. I'm hoping we can at least get to 4. That's why I'm so confident that I put in the title. But either way, we're gonna work our best towards it because honestly, day 3 looks like it's the 2 support requests are just 2 monster exterminations, and then the one that we're literally doing right now as soon as we load the game up. But literally, the game is pretty. I mean, the festival has pretty much been honestly a bunch of meaningless tasks. It's more like helping people and with their small little troubles and stuff like that while the festival is going on. Um, so far nothing really interesting, but I'm sure it'll pick up. I can almost guarantee it. But either way, right now where we left off was we had a stalker come into the midst with Idia is being stalked by a stalker who was apparently around the 14 15 years old 14 15 years old, and we went through their stuff, and we found out Idia is a pretty heavy drinker, but nothing really was up with her room, so everything was pretty good there. But when we talked to the maid, she did see some sort of kind of weird guy with kind of like a half a mask or something like that. What was it? Yeah, she saw a young man covering his face with a hat. I wasn't able to catch any details of his face, but other than that, nothing really stood out about him, and his features weren't striking enough to remember. And that's pretty much where we're at. This is a support request, aka a side quest, so we're just trying to figure out who the stalker is, what's their motive, how are they doing this stuff, where are they coming in from, all that good stuff. Alright. Lloyd asked for clues about the stalker. Stalker, eh? Yeah, I've heard some rumors about him. I'm usually cooped up in my home, so I haven't had the chance to see them. I have heard the occasional weird noise, though. I can sometimes hear somebody rummaging through the upstairs neighbor's belongings. Last I knew, the third floor resident is away at work during the day. Do you recall when you started hearing them? As soon as the anniversary festival started, so in the last 2 or 3 days, I'd say. What could he have been doing inside of Idia's room? I'm not sure, but there doesn't appear to be any evidence of property damage or tampering with her belongings, as I just said. Huh? There's a stalker? That's frightening. Can't say I've seen him, though. Perhaps I've missed him while shopping? Do you usually shop during the middle of the day? That's right. I have a pretty consistent routine, always leave, and I always leave at the same time. Our stalker is striking when most people are out of the house. Yeah, he's avoiding the busiest hours inside the building. We've got a crafty one on our hands. Anything to examine in their house? I doubt it. No. Downstairs we go to the first floor. Nothing around here. Oh, for Edio's sake, I like to eat my food outside at noon. I can't do much about it. I already prepared it earlier this morning. Constantly bickering up won't fix it. Did we just walk into the middle of a storm? Excuse me, do you have a moment? Lloyd asked for clues about the stalker. Geez, a stalker? That sounds like a problem to me. Why haven't you tried consulting the police? Wouldn't it be better to contact the Bracer Guild? Our police force acts far too slowly. I take it you don't have any information? Yeah, that's the gist of it. I spend most of my time relaxing on the sofa out in the entrance, but I can't say I've ever spotted any suspicious people. Are you sure I'm just imagining it? Hold on, what'd she say? You didn't see him come in from the main entrance. Does that mean what I think it means? Yup, he doesn't come in from the front door. The maid did spot someone in the hall, so that means it has to be second or third floor, at the very least. There's no way in from here, at least I can see. None of the windows or anything like that, but at the same time, it wouldn't be in here because the maid would have seen. And also, there was by the way, I forgot to mention it, but the lockpick on her door had scratches and it's been tampered with. So, nothing interesting there. I doubt it would be in someone else's house, but leave the building and see. He did give us the key to our apartment after all? Okay. Can't leave here. Huh. Oh yeah, there is an entrance here. That is true. He could come through here. Ooh. What the? Fresh scuff marks are on the handrail. What's going on, Lloyd? Come check this out. There are scratch marks on this surface. I don't think they were caused by a random passerby. The scratches are facing inwards. Also, let me check something with the audio. Okay. If you think about it logically, the back door is an ideal entry point to sneak into the building. Good thinking, Teotot. You could sneak past the main entrance using this alleyway. If they were able to avoid the main entrance, that would explain the lack of a witness. Okay, I think we should halt our investigation. Let's head back to Ilya's apartment and sort through the details. Aye aye, time to start stitching our master plan together. Alright, back to the 3rd floor we go. I think we've got a basic idea of his profile and entry route now. Indeed, the culprit who was seen wearing a hat seems to be quite cautious, and he's been sighted inside the building with greater frequency as of late too. According to what Ilya told us, nothing was stolen, but that's weird as hell. What's the point of breaking in if you're not going to take anything? Anyway, I think we figured this guy out. His entry route must have been behind the building's back entrance, right? It looks that way. We can try to catch him by surprise with the info we found. Mind hearing me out, guys? Did you come up with another plan, Lloyd? I think so. Our culprit may be a teenager, but that doesn't mean that we should slack off. He might catch us off guard. Besides, I want to be 100% sure we can catch him before we act. Hope we get to see this play out. Okay, all of the hallways should be squeaky clean now. Oh darn it. Tomorrow's parade changed the trash pickup schedule, didn't it? I better warn Kendall while I still have the chance. Interesting. The boy produced a thin wire from his pocket and gracefully slid it into the keyhole. Piece of cake. I'm sure today will be the day. Ugh, gross. This place never gets any cleaner. Does she always drink this much? Her poor liver. Geez, walking into a place this dirty is really killing my desire to want to steal some stuff. Now, what looks expensive? Nope, not this. She'd probably freak out if this went missing. I prefer it if she had a safe. If she had a safe I could rummage through, or freeze. Huh? Who? What? I was wondering what kind of kid our stalker would be, but he really is young, isn't he? Well, we have observed the crime for ourselves. It is time to cooperate with us and come quietly. You were waiting for me? Crap. I screwed up big time. Sorry, bud. You ain't going nowhere. You've hit a dead end. Might as well give up and surrender while you can. Shut up. You'll never catch me. I hate you guys. Fast. The hell? Quick little guy, ain't he? Randy, focus. Follow him. Gotcha. And where's Lloyd? The boy left the door wide open. Idiots, just try to catch me. That's pretty smart, but at the same time, you kind of need a lot of time for that. Did you find him? No luck. No one saw him on the street. How strange. You think you can catch me that easily? The city is filled with a bunch of useless idiots. Just you wait. I'll have my revenge. Huh? Your revenge is gonna have to be put on hold. We knew how you'd move. Looks like we won this little game of cat and mouse. Damn it. Why won't you give up already? Whoa, watch where you're touching, you dumbass. Let go. Let go of me. No can do. You broke the law. Can't you just behave yourself? Damn. Damn it. Ouch. Watch where you're swinging those things. Just how much energy does this kid have? Well, wait, you're the guys from before. This was all a setup? Keeping up the charade was tiresome. Your swift movements managed to catch us off guard, but our plan still worked out in the end. Yeah, but the description ain't adding up. Witnesses were telling us the culprit was a dude in a plain getup. Really looks like you were from the slums. Besides, he doesn't match the appearance of a teenager from Crossbow. Where did he actually come from? His crimes match the description of a burglar more than an obsessed fan. I hope you have a good reason for your actions. And for crying out loud, can't you behave for just a second? Stop it! Let go! Let go of me, you jackass! The Special Support Section quickly contacted Idia and informed her of the stalker's arrest. The boy kept struggling, but, as if resigning to his fate, soon quieted down. Wow, so this is our stalker? Shorter than I thought you'd be. You aren't from around here, are you? Right. Looks like he's from a slum near the border. That's all we got out of him, though. We don't know his motive, much less his name. I see. So out with it. Why all the stalking? Something you want from me? That's not it. I was just wanting to harass you a little, that's all. Harass her? Why? As if you people could ever understand. You live in such fancy places and never have to worry about your next meal. People like you could never understand how it feels to live in a dump for the most of your life. Oh. After I came to Crossbow, I saw it time after time after time. Everybody living here is rich. They foolishly party all night, throwing away mirror like it's worthless. Ugh. Do yourselves, jerks. You're all scum. But they all agreed that going to watch Orange Shield was their favorite pastime. So I snuck in one time. You did? So you saw Orange Shield's no. Idia's performance? Yeah. I hate people who get to casually live their lives without any worries. But you. I hate you the most. You prance around on that beautiful stage representing an amazing world. You just stand there, dazzling, knowing it's unreachable for a person like me. I know that there's no chance I'd ever get there. I know I never would. I could work my entire life and never even have enough for a single ticket. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I can get there someday. You can't. So that's why you did it. You came to Crossbow and ended up watching Idia perform. I can only imagine the culture shock it must have been for you. I think I understand where you're coming from. You're not wrong. There are certain parts of Crossbow that are as you described. It can be a dark, overpowering city at times, an oppressive metropolis that feeds off the misery it brings to its citizens. That may be, but you still have to take responsibility for your actions. Idia? Are you sure about this? I'm Idia Platier. What's your name? Sully. Sully. I like it. Well, Sully, I'm gonna make you work as my assistant for a while. It's not like you can pay me off with Mira, can you? Oh, I'll see to it that you work your share. What? What are you talking about, Idia? Sorry, Lloyd. I know you went the extra selge with everything, but why don't you let me take care of my stalker for the time being? Fast Aquedo, eh? Good grief. There's not much we can do about the matter if Idia insists. Let's see now. Idia gave the boy a few pats on the shoulder. What do you think you're doing? I knew it. It'd be better if you grew some muscles in a few places, but I gotta be honest with you, Sully. You've got a lot of potential. With the right training, you could be an amazing dancer. Huh? Well, why me? Now that you mention it, that agility was nothing short of impressive. True that. Your footwork was pretty damn good, too. Might be onto something here, Idia. Oh, I've got it. I hereby declare that you'll be staying here with myself. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But that's... How very much like you, Idia. You know, I basically went through the same thing. I was forced into staying with her for a while. That's how it happened? Good thing we called Lydia. She diffused the situation way better than we could ever have. Agreed. Straighten up. No complaints. But I haven't even said yes yet. Oh, you wanted to see possibly get your opportunity to live in the big life with exactly how you were just complaining about. Well, there's your opportunity to do so. I would snatch that up if I was Sully. Obviously, he is going to. Obviously, but I mean, if I was in his shoes, I would not even think about it. You guys leaving already? You can always stay and have some tea. I appreciate the offer, but we still have some work to take care of. Oh, right. Here's your key. You'll probably need this. You've returned Idia's house key. I need the key when I have Sully with me. Thanks for the help, little guy. Be careful on your way back, Kay. You have my thanks as well. You're always so reliable. No problems, ma'am. We'll relieve Sully in your care, you two. You may have solved the case, but you would be wise to pay more attention when knocking your door. What Tio said. If you need anything else, you can always count on the SSS. See you later, Sully. Don't do anything like this again, okay? It's your obligation as a man to make sure you pay back your debt. Oh, I hate you the most. What'd I do? I'm a girl, you moron! How much longer do you intend to insult me? You're infuriating. You're a what? You don't say. Well, I guess you do kind of have a girly face. You did not notice until now either, Randy? How'd you make that mistake, you two? Isn't it obvious? So when I caught you, and with all my strength. Don't think about it, man. That's why I was telling you to let go of me, you absolute moron. But I swear, everything about you felt like a guy. You remembered how it felt? A statement that is both incriminating and controversial. Guys, I did not mean it like that. What's the big deal? He was just seizing the opportunity. Oh, Lloyd. You're blowing this out of proportion. I didn't have any ulterior motives. The quest stalker investigation has been completed. That was a good one. That was a good one. Let's go report that in. That felt more like an urgent quest than a side quest. 3 DP total, 141 DP total. 1,500 Mira gained from that. Monster exterminations that we're doing. We still can't go to the place yet, but we still have a lot of time. And then this is the main quest. Don't go to the police station yet. Our monster exterminations are both long. Okay, so let's go to the first one. Deep in Maine's mine. Okay. Maine's mine. Maine's mountain path. Maine's mining village. Maine's mine. Oh, that means we can go in Maine's mine? I thought Maine's mine was the what's it called? There's like a little mine that you pass through, kind of like this cave that you pass through to get over here. But it's interesting that that's not what it is. It's actually the actual main place. I mean, it's like the landmark of this area, the Maine's mine right here. We were never able to go in here, but now we are. Maine's mine. I've never been here, so gonna be some good XP and some chests that are unlooted. So let's look around. Alright, let's not go there first. Let's look around over here first. The gate leading to the abandoned mine is locked up with a tight and sturdy chain. Okay. Can't go there, so there's more to this place that we still can't go to yet. Okay. Successful ambush. Oh, we hurt these guys hard. These guys are not going to provide much. Yeah, 2 XP. Let's hear a bomb. This is this is where I would put my item if I had one. Not really being able to see the map very well is a bit limiting. Okay, that leads over there. Where does this lead? At that one. Oh yeah. I was hoping to get maybe the mains mind opened up previously and I just never went in after you finished up chapter 1, I think it was, that you dealt with this place. HP 2, yeah, probably. If we're getting an HP 2, we don't have a reason to put an HP 2 unless someone has HP 1. No. Aha! I'm actually an undercover chess working for the Chess Police Department. You're busted, Buster. The Chess Police Department. Story continues. I'm only getting one enemy too. At least give me 4. Okay. Chest over here with a reviving bomb. The real treasure is buried underneath, but you'll never be able to move me. Never! A bit of a longer area than normal. And a martial arts uniform. Keep up the good work and you're bound to be a mainstay around here. Is that actually a good uniform? No, I really do think this was a place that I could have went to during chapter 1 right after I solved the problems of everyone. I never did. Are you sure this is the place? Deep in Main's mine. Deep in Main's mine, huh? I mean, I can't go any further. Let me check over here one more time. Can't go over there. That just leads to that chest. This doesn't lead anywhere here. Yeah, like, the heck? Where's this monster extermination supposed to, where is it supposed to be? Is this gonna be like the other battlefield area where it's supposed to open up later, maybe? Yeah, there's Main's mine, right? Yeah, Main's mine. I did the monster cleanup. This is just telling me to take out monsters in general, but we took them all out. We just did that right now. Can you please lend us a hand in exterminating the monsters? Mayor Bixen. Let me chat with Mayor Bixen. See if he said anything. If not, I'm gonna come back in, take them out one more time, and see if that does anything. I know the mayor's over here. This is probably how you're supposed to start it. Yeah. What to do? What to do? I can't send in the mine chief to exterminate those monsters. That'd be an execution. Good afternoon, Mayor Bixen. Special support section here. Oh, you came. I was hoping that you'd get here soon. You submitted a support request, right? Something about monsters in the mine? Yes, we're in a bit of a pickle. Deep in the mine, there's an abandoned area that has already been fully excavated. Last night, monsters began to rampage in there, causing our mining problems. Causing our mining crew problems. monsters running amok in the mine definitely doesn't sound safe. Doesn't that sort of thing happen often? Many cases have been reported in various countries that have mine septium. Though the cause has not been explained yet, monsters are naturally attracted to septium crystals. I heard that before a load of times. I've heard that before a load of times. The suckers can't get enough of it. I think I remember learning about that as well. No matter the country, mines always face the risk of attracting monsters. That's how it is. Normally our miners are tough enough to be able to drive away monsters without any issues, but most of the miners are in the city, celebrating the anniversary festival. We're short on manpower. The abandoned mine entrance may be locked, but there's no telling how dangerous things will go if left unattended. And if you accept that, I would love for you folks to exterminate all the monsters in there. What do you think? Accept. Understood. We'll take care of these monsters for you, no problem. Really? I'm in your debt once again. Please take this with you. You have received the abandoned mine key. Use that key to unlock the abandoned mine's gate. Okay. I'll be awaiting the good news. Yeah. Quest commenced. Alright, now we can actually go in. This time, the abandoned mine. Not the other area. Use the key. The gate was open. Here we go. So this is the abandoned mine. It doesn't really strike me as being a particularly old place. I mean, look, the orbital lamps still seem to be in okay condition. It's probably just to keep monsters from appearing near the entrance. I get the feeling that this place is used for storing materials and the like. Maybe. Still, this place doesn't sit well with me. Gives me bad vibes. Actually, this place would be the perfect place to test your metal, you know? Happy-go-lucky as always. We're here on work, not some random dare, remember? Huh. Don't have to tell me twice. I can detect the presence of multiple monsters deeper in. The structure of the mine will likely get more complex the farther we go. We should proceed with caution. Absolutely. Let's try not to get lost while we're at it. Alright. So now for real this time, we can actually start the side quest. And probably get some good XP. Let's see. Okay, I was about to say only one enemy, really? Instant paralyzed, that's pretty good. A team rush, can we get them all? Yes, we do. Yeah, the XP here is pretty good. That's good. Good. What's this place? Let me check over here first. Okay, this is a weird looking monster here. I should have hit the other one. Okay, they do good damage to these enemies, so it doesn't matter. Okay, this place looks pretty huge. Let me go in here first. Chest right off the bat. 100 of the Time, Space, and Mirage Sepith? Heck yeah. Did you hear about the woman who had a craving for Goldia Sepith? She just wanted some space, man. I'm pretty sure they had that joke in Trails in the Sky like 1 or 2 times. Okay, these guys have some sort of resistance. I'm gonna throw a Soul Blur over here, and I'm gonna waste a crit. Yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Okay, they're weak to a little bit of fire. A good bit of fire, but mostly wind. Okay, I can do that. Bit of wind. That one lived? What the heck? What was it, like 1 HP? I had the tiniest health bar possible. That was like a pixel. I didn't even see the pixel, to be honest. I let the fly hurry up and get tired, turn around. No. Now let's get that advantage. Can't hit that one. There we go. Yeah, the XP here is pretty good. So far this is the spot if you want some XP. Okay, these places are pretty interconnected, I see. Oh no, stop! I had to. Let's analyze. These guys are weak to fire. Okay. Oh no, that's not a good. That's not good. That is a very dangerous status effect. Did that one run away? That's fine, I guess. But that's XP I didn't get. That's unfortunate. Wait for the snail to turn around. Get that max advantage. But the team rush right off the gate. Get them in the first. Oh wait, these are the snails that you need. What was it again? Wind. You could do a little bit of fire, which also works. Boom. Ooh, Tio levels up, Ellie levels up, Randy, and Lloyd. Everyone leveled up. And Randy learns Warcry. Warcry in most RPGs are usually big buffs, so I wonder if that's gonna follow the Warcry cliches. Let me see. Hey, it is a buff. Supports yourself. You get a plus 60 CP, although you lose 30% of your HP. So I remember, I forgot her name from Trails in the Sky the Third. She had something, someone, I don't remember who, but in Trails in the Sky the Third, someone had a craft support similar to this one, and I remember using it. And if you don't have the 30% HP, you actually die. So if it's anything the same, we gotta be careful on that. But as long as we're making sure that Randy's alive and being healed and has a crap ton of HP, we should be alright in that department. Alright, in this chest we get a defense 3. I'm not empty. I'm making a statement. I believe I took all of the defense off. Yeah, I can't stand that quartz. I don't like losing physical strength. Like if you're an arts attacker, sure, then that makes sense at that point. But most of the arts attackers are usually never earth. They have the innate abilities of like always water and like something else usually wind. All right. Okay. We got 100 of the earth, water, fire, and wind step if this time around. Mind your own business. Oh gosh. Alright, in here we go. Turned around, let's get him. Nice miss. Alright, the team rush is enough to take him out though. Alright. Sure. These mines go pretty far. Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh, I got my max advantage at least. But it's against the snail, so oh well. That doesn't matter. I'll just sparkle that one. Get that CP for attacking it. Get the next fight started. Team rush. Interesting. We didn't get as much XP as I would have liked to have gotten on that fight. For a double battle. I can't remember what game was it exactly. I feel like it was a Tales of game. Might be wrong. But there was a game that gave you extra XP for the more battles you got in immediately after another one. I think it was a Tales of game, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I feel like more games should have that. Like, you just went through a crazy amount of struggle. Why can't you just go in... Pretty sure it was Tales of Xillia 2, actually. I think. I mean, I'm probably just misremembering entirely. But... yeah. I just wish more games did that. Careful for the confuse. Poison. Maybe these guys are not the one with the confuse. I don't know. Finish that one off. A chest over here with an EP charge. Just think, if you spent less time harassing chests, you'd have already finished the support request. Well, not really true. Because turbo mode... chests. There you go, that's the XP I want to see more often. Plus 104. That's why I want to keep finding more groups of enemies. There you go. Stop giving me solos. Alright. That's the last of them. Yes, it should be. I cannot detect any more monsters within the abandoned mine. Whew, finally. Run around this place ugly place has tuckered me out. We've definitely worked hard. What do you say, Lloyd? Shall we head back to the Mayor Bixen's house? Yeah, let's do it. Ugh, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Lloyd, do a palace solid and carry me back to the entrance, please. Not gonna happen. Stop messing around. Time to head back. Killjoy. No, don't return. Thank you for asking me. There's literally a chest right here. Gladiator headband. We were gonna miss out on that. CP recovery up. Let's stack that up. Woo! I like that. And you can take that off and put bravery badge instead. You peer deep inside the chest once again, only to bump your head against the lid as you stand back up. Served you right. There's a chest at the further section here. Ooh, there's this fishing spot here. Let's fish with all my rods. Nothing bites with that. Or that. Here we go. A rainbow trout with 5 of every sepith. Holy crap. Not the biggest gains, but it's 5 of everything. It just caught me by surprise. 20 of every sepith. This is the spot if you want that. Looking like that's the only real thing you can really catch here. And I don't think the rods change what you can get, right? So the dumpling's not going to affect this. Yeah. Okay. I thought there was an exclamation mark there for a minute. Alright. Clearly I passed some things, and I know I did pass a couple of things, so... let's go figure out what they are. As long as the monsters are not respawning or anything like that, it should be pretty quick to go through it all. I don't think I went over here. Did I? I feel like I came through there and then went through there and then went upwards. I never went over here. Yep. A reviving bomb. Your request for a rare, ultra-powered quartz from the before the Septian calendar is being processed. Please stand by. Okay, that leads there. Hold on, let me grab the chest here. A Curia Bomb. I'll let you in on a little secret. There was more than one item in here, but someone beat you to it and took the good stuff. The bad stuff? You're holding it. Curia Bomb? It's pretty good. That's not bad. And here's where the chest was. Oh my god, it was a monster chest. I opened up immediately. Let them all gather around. Yes. Oh, perfect. With this nice crit. I don't know what they're weak to, but guess what? Earth a little bit with a tiny bit of fire. It's over, so just boom. Alright, we got battle boots for that. Theo. You have movement. Hold on. I'm gonna give this one to Lloyd. Oh, he doesn't get that movement. Gaining good defenses, although she loses kind of a good bit of arts defense. But hers is already pretty high, so sure, just give it to her. Remember when you didn't have to check the treasure chest twice? Ah, those are the days. We're not gonna be saying that once once Code Steel comes around. Which we are 2 games out from, by the way, in the series. We're catching up. Once we get to Code Steel, I'm gonna be pretty happy because it's like I'm gonna reflect on all the things that we've went through, and I'm gonna be so happy. Finally, you know, be at that final that final part where everyone's all at. Even though we're pretty much moving on from Code Steel now, we're working on what is it? The I don't know, the Kuro no Kiseki? I don't know. I don't know. So you managed to get rid of all those pesky monsters. I think it was Kuro no Kiseki. Yes, sir. They won't be an issue anymore. For the time being, no further monsters should try to settle in that area. The remaining miners should be safe to work during the festival, at least until the rest of the mining crew returns. That's music to my ears. I must find some way to thank you. Ah, how about this? 200 of every Sepith? This man is loaded. That is a lot of Sepith. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You sure you're allowed to give us this mountain of Sepith? You're pulling our leg, right? Mayor Bixen, I'm not sure if it'd be appropriate to accept a reward like this. It seems more suited for bracers. But besides, isn't Sepith a valuable export from your mines? We can't take so much of it away from you, can we? Please, you're overthinking this. Sepith is merely fragments of Septium, you know? It's the freebie we get while mining Septium, in a manner of speaking. The government may regulate what we do with Septium, but they couldn't give a hoot about what we do with Sepith. Honestly, I wish I could have given you more than what I did. It's always nice to get Sepith off my hands. I never thought about it like that. In a way, you're all helping me by accepting this. So please allow me to give this to you as a token of my appreciation. If you say so, it's okay. If you say it's okay, we'll gladly take it. Good man. Before you leave, let me say thank you one last time. I'm happy to return the favor if you ever need anything from me. Quest has been completed. Let's go back to Crossbell. I feel like I need water today. I got a lot of it. Alright. Let's rest up to get our HP and EPs restored and report this in. 4 DP from that. 145 total DP. And we got 3,000 Mira for this. And we are doing this next one. Armorica Road. You can inflict burns, okay. Armorica Road is from the East Crossbow Highway, so we're gonna exit from East Street. Go to Armorica Village and just go down. Let me save as well. We gotta find this monster, so... Man, I really feel like Armorica Road, everything relating to Armorica is just like amazing. The music is just fantastic. The vibe here, the environment. It always reminds me when I hear the music. There's a chest over there. I can see it on my map. 2 chests. Something on the ground. 2 fish fillets. Okay. Where in Armorica Road is it? Here it is. Exterminate. Encourage. Alien Tower. That's a lot of damage. Okay, we can stun them. They're weak to, really weak to water and wind, especially wind, a tiny bit more. Put this right here. Have some pretty good physical defenses. Oh gosh, counter, thank goodness. No, I'm gonna focus this. Galleon Tower for Lloyd destroyed his EP. We're gonna Tiger Charge! Yeah, go ahead and do the same thing. Nice. Exterminated the monster on our old Armorica Road. Oh, there's people here. Hold on. This is one of the destinations among the Crossbell Sightseeing Tour. Everybody at the tour's been having a great time, myself included. Oh, what do you suppose they're growing in that field over there? Probably fruits, or maybe it's vegetables. Maybe, wait, what? I'm more of a fruity guy myself. That's a screen cap. This is one beautifully built rest area. Anybody unaccustomed to traveling would deeply appreciate this. I can't believe this kid said that. I can't believe the translator said that. Made him say that. Whoops, accidentally dozed off for a second. Can you blame me though? Look at how perfect the weather is. I love how warm it is. Might accidentally take a small nap. This is great. There's nothing about the great outdoors around here. I'd only heard Crossbow was a technological metropolis, so I wasn't expecting such a treat. As soon as I found it, I just had to splurge on a brand new Orbital camera. I heard this big hunk of metal is called the vending machine. Apparently, if you feed this thing Mira and push a button, a drink will come out. Wow, the future is here. Don't tell me somebody's hiding in that thing. Okay. There's a fishing spot. I don't think I've ever fished here. Dumplings. American carp. Earthworms. Carp with a tear bomb. Some roe. Nothing there but red flies. Nope. Bamboo rod. Snow crab always gets something, doesn't it? Carp with a celestial bulb? That's an endgame item. Tear bomb. They're still broken endgame items, aren't they? Revives and restore 2000 HP. Okay, I don't think it used to restore 2000 HP. I think it gave you all your HP. So I think it got a little bit nerfed. Wait, isn't the bus stop here? No? It's not. I think it might be down a little bit more. I did not mean to run into the enemy. I just wanted your Sepith, not running into you. I guess we're going south a little bit more. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go south for just a little bit. Yeah, right here is where the bus stop is. Let me just get the free Sepith. They should at least on the mini-map mark the bus stop. I don't know why it's only marked in the main map. That's fine. Back to Crossbow we go. Let me go and rest up. Report. 4 DP, 2000 Mira gained, and 149 total DP. Still no promotion. Now we're on to the main quest, which is to go to the police headquarters. That's right. With the Sepith that I've gotten, because I've gotten so much, especially thanks to the mining, we're gonna go and open up some slots for Randy and Lloyd. Mainly Randy. I mean Lloyd. There you go. Now I'm gonna go back to the special support section. Dorms. Rest up. And police headquarters are in the administrative district on the left-hand side here. Yep. And I can save. Oh, what did she say? Oh. Oh, that's right. Did you hear the news? The CPD is currently conducting an information survey about local monsters. Really? What exactly does that entail? Well, it starts with your Combat Notebook's monsters entry. You've been keeping it up to date, right? Once you defeat a monsters, officers are supposed to record their information in their notebooks. The survey's simple. After you record enough monster data, show it to me. That information will be conglomerated and become the foundation of our new security procedures. Quite the smart idea, isn't it? Can't disagree. I'm glad to see that we're thinking things out before accidents happen. Of course, after all, this is to protect citizenry. Ah, I nearly forgot. Whenever you supply me with information, I'll give you a small bonus too. Make sure you can stop by when you can. Sure, I'll show you my notebook now. It looks like to me like you've been hard at work at filling your combat notebook. I'd like to record your information into our database. Mind if I see it for a minute? With pleasure. Thank you very much. Here's your notebook back. Let me gather your compensation. Please accept this. Your perceived 2,500 Mira and 5 U material. Don't forget to stop by once you've collected more monster data, okay? Thanks, we will. Of course, we'll see it to it that we visit. Clearly wasn't this person who had the urgent quest set up for us. Donovan. Oh yeah, that's right, it was this guy. Good to see you, Inspector Donovan. We're here to ask about that support request you submitted. Are you free right now? I suppose I can find the time. Thanks for coming, everyone. Yeah, we really appreciate it. What exactly does this request entail? Judging by the submission, it sounded like it was quite urgent. You can say that again. Take a seat, guys. Roger. Something's telling me that we've got some legit police work ahead of us. Now then, about the reason we've called you in today. Well, we want the special support section to help us expose a counterfeit dealer who should be on their way to Crossbow as we speak. A counterfeit dealer? Could you explain more? There are traders that illegally sell seemingly genuine accessories and ornaments. They use the logos of famous brands. In other words, they deal in fakes. It qualifies as a minor criminal offense under Crossbow state law. She really had all that memorized? Because yeah, that's the general idea. Every year, loads of counterfeit dealers try their hand in Crossbow, posing as tourists. High-class watches from the Vern Company, vintage Strega products, not to mention a boatload of Septium trinkets. Taking advantage of unsuspecting customers and has earned these crooks a whole lot of Mira. Making some cash by deceiving some innocents. That's just messed up, man. Let me get this straight. You want us to help you take these guys down? Exactly. We should really be handling this ourselves, but there's just too many of these reports to deal with every year. If we leave them unchecked for too long, it's gonna hurt manufacturers and retailers trying to make a living too. We'll need to crack down on these guys if we want to restore people's faith in the CPD. I'm with you there. I understand the situation. If you truly think the SSS is suited for the job, then allow us to help you out. Excellent. I'm in your debt. Okay, so what would you like for us to do? Okay, here's the deal. I think they got 3 points of entry. Crossbow Station, the airport, and Tangram Gate. We'll take care of the station and airport, and you guys can be on the lookout at the border. The 2nd Division is short-staffed, so we can't afford to send people all the way out there. And besides, I'm pretty sure you guys are well acquainted with Deputy Commander Bales, right? Best suited to cooperate with her if we need to come up with any countermeasures against them. As you say, I wouldn't be surprised if she were more willing to cooperate with us more than other CPD officers. Oh hell no. I'm totally cool with finishing the job without having to see her. Okay, looks like we got everything in order. We'll start by covering the airport and station. You guys rendezvous over at Tangram Gate and contact the Guardian Force. Understood. We'll depart for Tangram Gate immediately. Thanks, we're counting on you. See you guys later. See you guys later, indeed. Okay, you guys want to head to Tangram Gate now? We should explain the situation to Deputy Commander Bales and request for her cooperation. The quest has been commenced. Alright, Tangram Gate. Or was that? I think it was far right side, wasn't it? Yep, East Crossbow Highway, so we're going back out to the East Street once more. Hold on. With the fishing thingy, can I show you my rank? Check out my fishing notebook. Wow, Lloyd, you managed to catch yourself some real beauts. Good work, kid. Starting today, you are now a hobbyist fisher. Achieved the rank of hobbyist fisher and received a straw hat as a prize. This thing's my prize straw hat, you see? You better catch you wearing it the next time you go fishing, got it? Wear this hat and work towards your next big catch, Lloyd. Oh, this is standard fishing paraphernalia, isn't it? I'll wear it with pride, sir. You still have a long way to go, but the boys and I thought we'd prepare this nice medal for you to celebrate ranking up to hobbyist fisher. But more importantly, I think you're ready to hear the next challenge you need to tackle to rank up. Your conditions for ranking up are to catch 8 unique kinds of fish. Plan out a strategy and bag yourself some big ones. What if I'm ready now? Well, oh, yep, we got some real beauts. Good work, kids. Starting today, you're now a professional fisher. Received the rank, and we got hair as a prize. Remember the day I reached professional fisher as clear as a river stream. I'd always been an avid fisherman, but I had to stop in Illibro for a business trip. During that trip, I met with the founder of the Fisherman's Guild. Needless to say, this man was a legendary angler himself, Mr. Fisher, who's now my boss. Anyways, cue some more fishing and then it happened. I was granted the rank of professional fisher. Man, that sure takes me back. Must have been quite the struggle. It's another one of certain stories. It's gonna be a long one, I can feel it. But wait, why'd you stop in Libro for work? Were you some kind of trader? No, not at all. I was there on behalf of my father, who was a businessman. Sure, I may have business acumen, but I pride myself in being a branch manager. Yeah, I can see that. I figured he lived for his hobby, but this just confirms it. Whoops, almost forgot. I still gotta tell you about the requirements to advance to the next rank. Catch 12 unique kinds of fish. You really need to pull out all the stops for this one, but try your best. Am I ready now? Wow, look. Good work, kids. Starting today, you are now second class fisher. And we got second class fisher certificate and luck as a prize. Wow, you did it, Lloyd. Congrats. You know, I actually had some struggles managing to become a second class fisher. Didn't know how to handle it, so I hid away in the mountains to find my inner angler. Managed to get in touch with Mother Nature, which sharpened my senses. Next thing I know, I catch the elusive pearl glass and boom! Promotion. I'm sure you had your fair share of hardships too, which is exactly why this is a momentous occasion. Now that you've managed to make it this far, I'm expecting great things from you, Lloyd. I'll try to live up to your expectations, sir. By the way, I'm currently a second-class fisher. Does that mean the next rank is first-class fisher? Right, you are, kid. Next rank is indeed first-class fisher. In order to advance to first-class fisher, you need to at least catch 16 unique kinds of fish. At long last, you're counted among the ranks of the high-ranked anglers in the guild. I'm looking forward to your next feat. Am I? Nope. I don't know how many I've got, but I'm pretty sure I can just check the book. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 12. Okay, 12. There's not many fish at all. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Only 4 fishes. And we only need to get 16? Okay. Alright. Let's check out the quartz that we have gotten. Luck gives item drop rate 30%. It gives 3 of the time. We don't need time. At least I think Ellie does and Randy. And also we got hair. Increases the chance of escaping battle by 50%. Wait, what's the intimidation? Oh. Okay. I think I'm good in that sense. But we did get some, got speed +5 with the straw hat. And we also got nothing else. It was just a straw hat. Yeah. Okay. Glad I went in and stopped by and checked. Let me save. Now let's go to Tangram Gate. Hmm. Alright. Bales. She would be in this room. Excuse me, ma'am. Good afternoon, Deputy Commander, Sergeant Major. Nice to see you. Hello, you four. Given you came to me directly, I assume that something has happened? Yes, actually. There's something we'd like to discuss with you if you don't mind. Lloyd explained that they had come to Tangram Gate in order to figure out how to track down the counterfeit dealers crossing the border. I think I understand your predicament. You can count on Tangram Gate's cooperation. Thank you, Deputy Commander. Hold up. That's that? Ain't the border gates crazy busy during the anniversary festival? No need to worry about that, Randy. As I'm sure you know, the CGF primarily focuses on border security here at the gates. Sure, we may be swamped, but I think we're obligated to help out. Well put, Seeker. Special Support Section shouldn't have to worry about our workload. That being said, we are currently short on hand, so we can't do much. Any assistance you can provide is welcome. And I know it's sudden, but do you think we'll have an opportunity to interview the incoming passengers from the Republic? According to the police intel, the counterfeit dealer will be arriving at Tangram Gate around noon today. Noon, Now that you mention it, I believe there is a bus scheduled to arrive relatively soon. If your intel truly is accurate, your dealers should be on board. You know, there is a bit of a delay before the bus heading to the city showed up. Okay, I thought I read that wrong. Usually passengers waiting for the connection go to the mess hall to rest or have a quick meal. Sounds like we got ourselves a plan then. First, the Sergeant Major will escort all of the passengers into the mess hall. Next, we'll stroll in, not causing any ruckus, and try to find our counterfeit dealer. If you've ever wanted to show off your detective chops, Lloyd, now's your time. Leave it to me. It may have a small window, but it should be enough time to screen most of the passengers. I'm curious as to see whether we can pull this off without giving ourselves away. The pressure is starting to get to me. There's little time remaining until the bus arrives from the Republic. If you stay at the gate, you should have enough time to rest beforehand. How about it? I can have beds prepared for you if you needed. Time for some R&R before the bus comes. I think we'll take you up on that offer, Deputy Commander Bales. Very well. Once the bus arrives, I'll give you a call on your Enigma. Until then, use your free time to rest. Yes, ma'am. Here's our bus. A bit different colored than normal. Welcome to Crossbow State, sir. I'm sure you must be tired from your long journey here. Fortunately, it won't be long until the bus to Crossbow City arrives. If you like, feel free to rest up in the mess hall while you wait. I think I'll take you up on that. I mean, is it more obvious than... Oh, wait. I was about to say, is it more obvious to tell that that guy is the counterfeit dealer? But then I saw the last two or three characters that walked out of the bus, and I was like, okay, they're very unique designs. That all of them? Yes, it should be. Here's the passenger list. You should be able to probably give it a quick glance. Noel pulled out the passenger list and handed it to Lloyd. I appreciate it, Sergeant Major Seeker. This is going to be a huge help. 9 passengers total, and we're positive that all of them came from the Republic. Are you sure you're allowed to show that list to the people outside the CGF? In a way, this is tantamount to the disclosure of personal information. Deputy Commander Bales already authorized me to give you any information that may assist you in your investigation. Considering their names and addresses aren't shown on the list, we don't have to worry about disclosing the details we have, or so she said. Here's a quick judgment we've come to expect from Deputy Commander. Whew. She's scary smart, man. Alright then. Thanks for letting us see this, Sergeant Major. Boyd handed the list back to Noel. It's no problem. Did anything stand out? We're definitely gonna need to take a closer look if we want to be absolutely certain. Well, we should strike while the iron's hot. There's not much time until the bus arrives. We should interview the passengers and try to flesh out the counterfeit dealer. Agreed. Let's move out. Onwards. Roger. I believe in you, everyone. Alright, closest person here. Dude, check her out. Oh my god, she is beautiful. Oh? You weren't riding on the bus, were you? What? Oh, well, since we got here so late, we decided to spend the night. Yeah, let's not push our luck. Is that so? Well, I suppose that would be the rational thing to do. Oh my god, she's beautiful. Enlighten me, madam. What exactly are you doing here in Crossbow? I suppose you could say I'm searching for a jewel. What sort of jewel are you talking about? A beautiful one. One that can enchant people and sleeps in this very state. If I'm successful in obtaining it, I'll have the power to bring a vortex of enthusiasm to the Republic's people. However, doing so may require me to use whatever means necessary. Why is she being so cryptic? I wouldn't think too hard about it. I can't wait until the bus arrives and take me to financial success. I hear that Crossbow is the ideal place to do business. Miro awaits. Excuse me, sir. You're some kind of merchant, right? Exactly right. I deal in rare Calvardian novelties. Seeing an opportunity, I decided to come expand my wares with crossbelling goods to sell back in Calvard. You run your business by yourself? Is that not difficult? Despite how things sound, I have quite the wide array of personal connections. I pride myself in having contacts from every country in Zemuria, and business is coming along quite smoothly, much to my surprise. If you'd like, I'd be more than happy to show you my wares. Alright. Oh dear, oh my, what a handsome young man. You remind me of my grandchild, Sonny. Such a smart-looking demeanor. Thank you. Ma'am, are you from Crossbow? Oh, no. I'm from Calvert, dear. You see, my son's family lives in Crossbow City, so I'm using that as an excuse to have a bit of fun at the festival. Did I mention it's almost been 3 years since I last came here? You sure seem happy, ma'am. Oh ho ho! How could I not? After all, it's been so long since I've been able to play with my precious grandson. Feels like it was only yesterday when I was playing with him in Michelin Wonderland. I can't wait to see how much he's grown over the years. My dear grandson, all grown up. Alright, guess number 4. I like their hair. Their hair matching their shoes? I like it. Nice sprite. I like their sprite. Hey, you 4. Don't you think that lady's up to something? Huh? Lady? Which one? The black-haired one sitting over on the other side wearing the pantsuit. I saw her with the rest of the passengers, but she sticks out like a sore thumb. I'm telling you, she's suspicious. It's like she's too calm. I just get the feeling she's not your average lady. Well, it's certainly true that she's not dressed like your typical tourist, and doesn't talk like one either. That aside, did you come to Crossbow to sightsee or personal reasons? I guess I'd say that I'm returning home. I've been vacationing in Calvert, but I made sure to come back for the anniversary festival. Actually, why are you wasting your time with me? If you're boarding the bus too, I think you should pay attention to the lady with the black hair. Alright, guess number 5. Morning. Are you heading to Crossbow City too? You could say that. So are you two traveling together? That's a roundabout way of asking if we're dating. And no, we aren't. Oh, that's a surprise. Here we go again. Contrary to what you think, we're siblings, not a couple. Since we barely look alike, people are always getting the wrong impression. But we both love to travel. We stick together during trips. Just the two of us. Wow. Sounds like you two get along really well. Well, I'd feel bad if she went places by herself since she doesn't have a boyfriend. Aren't you hilarious? Isn't it you whose mother's always nagging to find that special someone? Okay, you got me. But we put that behind us and make this trip the best one yet. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The other room. Would this talking to this person do anything? The other day, these people calling themselves the members of a fisherman guild came and handed me a recipe for a recipe for a fish hot pot, which is pretty nutritious. I'm sure the guardsmen would love some of it. Oh yeah, might as well teach you guys how to make it too. Sit down and enjoy it together sometime. Woo! We got a boiled fish hot pot. That's not. We're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing 3 people. Here they are. What do you want? This guy looks like an oddball. Excuse me, sir. Could you give us your reason for coming to Crossbow? Well, why do you need to know? Just curious, sir. Why the hostility, old man? Got some secret you're hiding? Don't want to let anyone know about that guilty conscience of yours? What are you talking about? Whoa, Randy. Don't worry. I've got the same taste as you. Crossbow's swarming with all sorts of cuties. Not to mention it's full of fun little places that you can take them to. Man, I like your style. Want me to tell you some of my favorite spots? Such shamelessness. Fishing. I came here to fish, okay? I know it's the anniversary festival and all, but I just came here to fish for some of your fresh water species alone. Something wrong with that, punk? Nah, I'm cool with that. Sorry for teasing you, mister. I can't tell he was playing bad cop or what. Good date then. Okay, 7, 8, and 9 here. People keep mentioning how pretty a place Crossbell is. To be honest, I'm really excited to see whether that's true or not. My father has visited loads of countries on his business trips. And between you and me, I can't wait to see what he can teach me. You know, traveling by bus has a unique charm to it. It's almost beautiful in a way. My boy seems to be having a blast too. Oh, are you having a family vacation? Yes, I suppose that's a good way to put it. My son's always supported me through thick and thin, so I wanted to be able to show my love and appreciation for him, hence this trip. You sound like quite the caring father, sir. Come now, I'm going to blush. I'm constantly having to go on business trips, so I have to take advantage of times like this to show off my fatherly love. That's all there is to it. Okay, that's all 9 of them. Attention passengers, the bus bound for Crossbow City has just arrived. For those boarding, please head toward Tangram Gates parking lot. The bus is here. Let's get going. Yeah, let's go. Oh, the time when I finally get to see my grandson is almost here. The only 2 people that are suspicious is that guy with the hat and the girl. More so the guy with the hat, because he's an actual merchant. The girl may sound suspicious, but at the same time, she's just searching for something. Obviously, you can't take what anyone says at face value, but I'm gonna have to say it's the guy with the hat. She sounds like the girl with the black hair does kind of seem suspicious, and she had a whole character portrait to herself as well, which gives kind of like a big like hint away, but at the same time, I'm not so sure. Let's see what happens. My assessment is that we do not have enough information to fully determine who the dealer is. I agree. All those guys struck me as regular people coming to enjoy the festival. Is there really a criminal hiding in that group? I find it hard to believe. Lloyd, you're being quiet. Did you come to some conclusion? Sort of. There was one person who said something that sounded odd. Seriously? What the hell was it? It's still just a hunch, Randy, but right now we need to board that bus and put our heads together if we want to get to the bottom of this. We should be on our way. Once that bus reaches the city, the passengers are going to split up and we will not be able to track them down. To the bus stop then. It's right outside the gate, in the parking lot. I wish I could do more, but I've done all I can. I'll be praying for your success. Thanks, Sergeant Major. We'll get it done. There's the bus. Okay. Oh, you folks heading back too? Yes. Sorry to keep you waiting. Yeah, well, the other passengers are already on board. Hurry up and get in. Like I said earlier, I plan to uncover the identity of the counterfeit dealer on the bus ride. Let's think things through and figure it out before we reach Crossbow City. Gotcha. We are in a race against time. No time to waste then, shall we? Alright. Let's see how this goes. That's a lot of people. First off, we should sort through all the information we have on the counterfeit trip. The group of counterfeit dealers split up and entered Crossbow via the train station, airport, and Tangram Gate. At least according to the report given by Donovan. Yes, that's right. If the report is accurate, our culprit should be one of the passengers on this bus. With that information, we can deduce one infallible truth. The counterfeit dealer who boarded this bus is working independently. From that, we can conclude that this is the ring's leader. That this is likely the ring's leader. Whoa, seriously? Would their leader be working solo with no backup? It's possible, but what's your reasoning behind that? It's relatively simple to explain. For them to sell their merchandise, they have to transport their counterfeit goods into Crossbow, right? Naturally, it seems odd for them to be using the bus route to Tangram Gate. Yes, not that you mention it. If I were a counterfeit dealer, I would make my friends enter Crossbow via train or airship. Unlike the border gates, the station and airport do not require as strict security screenings for people from the Republic or the Empire. On top of that, smuggling goods is a tricky business. Handing off the dirty work to underlings is the name of the game. Oh, and by process of elimination, our culprit already ordered his goons to smuggle to the station and airport. With that out of the way, he's free to nonchalantly enter Crossbow. Is that kinda what you're getting at, Lloyd? Couldn't have summed it up better. It's circumstantial evidence, but it still holds some weight. When we apply that logic to this case, people traveling in pairs can be ruled out, so the siblings and father and son are clear. Yeah, I agree. With those, I definitely agree. Exactly, but there's still something else. When I was questioning the passengers, one of them said something fishy. That person is most likely the counterfeit ring. Something fishy, eh? There are 5 remaining suspects. The eccentric old man who claims he came to Crossbow to fish. The kind old lady who claims she came to Crossbow to see her grandchild for the first time in 3 years. I don't agree with that one. The dark-haired woman shrouded in mystery. The young girl who seemed to distrust the dark-haired woman. And the merchant who says he travels back and forth between Crossbow and the Republic. That's the one I agree with. Is one of them really the culprit? Yeah, I think I've got them pinned down. Among the suspects, the leader of the counterfeit dealers must be the merchant. The merchant. You positive? Definitely. Yeah, given the evidence, it wouldn't make sense for the counterfeit dealer to be anyone else. I guess that's true. The bus will be arriving at Crossbow's east exit momentarily. When disembarking, please remember to take all personal belongings with you. We'll arrive shortly. Now or never. Once we arrive, we'll hurry and apprehend the suspect. Everyone get ready. You don't have to tell me twice. Remember, Lloyd, it's up to you to get the suspect to drop their cover. You up to the challenge? Of course, leave it to me. Don't make me regret my decision. I did save before, right in front of the bus. There was a good reason I saved there. I don't suspect any of those people. These two are like the big ones, though. Has to be that merchant. Excuse me, sir. Could you spare a moment of your time? Oh, I remember y'all from Tangram Gate. Is there something I can help you with? We apologize for not having told you this sooner. We're at the Crossbow Police Special Support Section. We have a few questions we need to ask you. The police? Have I committed a crime? Not necessarily, but you're a prime suspect in our ongoing investigation. To start things off, that'll be far enough. Huh? Was it her the whole time? Oh, wait, I recognize you. Whoa, the black-haired babe? Thought you already went into town, miss. That was my intention, yes. However, given that you're interrogating an innocent man, I had to return. Innocent? How? Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. My eyes started flaring up and my eyes started tearing. Alright. Innocent? How? Allow me to explain. I overheard you speaking on the bus. You're looking for a counterfeit dealer, if I'm not mistaken. This man is not your culprit. Oh. Huh? Hold on, how do you figure? Wait, she overheard us. You're perceptive at the very least. His occupation biased you into thinking it was your prime suspect. However, I regret to inform you missed an important yet simple detail. What important detail are you referring to? I paid close attention to your interrogations, and I noticed a rather peculiar detail from one of the passengers. I'm of course return the sweet elderly lady? The one that hasn't seen her grandson in 3 years? Not sure I follow you. What was the issue with their story? Hard to recall the details of the conversation. Saying that she had last visited Crossbell 3 years ago. Furthermore, she stated that she had gone to that theme park with her grandson. Any Crossbellian would point out the contradiction with those two statements with ease. She claimed that she had visited Crossbell 3 years ago. She had gone to that theme park with her grandson. Oh. The theme park wasn't open at that time. Oh, I get it now. If she truly visited Michelin Wonderland 3 years ago like she claimed she did, such a theme park would not have existed. Therefore, she claims to have visited a non-existent location. So we all going into the granny now? Can't believe let something obvious fly over her head. She managed to successfully deceive the lot of you with her sweet, elderly lady persona, did she not? Her contradiction would only be possible if had she seen Crossbell more recently than that. So she only recently started visiting Crossbell for her business. Guys, anybody know where she is? East Street by now. Yeah. We've made a terrible mistake, sir. We apologize for suspecting you. As much as I'd love to give you a more appropriate apology, we don't exactly have the time for that right now. Sure? I don't really get what's going on, though. You have far more pressing concerns than a mere apology, do you not? Yeah, you're right. Let's go catch us a counterfeit dealer. I finally made it to Crossbell. My next step should meet up with those boys near the station and the airport and find a suitable place to set up shop. I never fail to make a boatload of cash from here. After all, money does grow on trees. Alright, since this is going to continue, I'm going to just reload the game back up. So that way we can actually get the proper route for this. And also, we don't lose any bonus DP from this. So, just go through this, skip this dialogue. Skip all this dialogue. Speed all this up. Yep. Be careful because there are choices here. Working independently. Skip all this. It's gonna give a description of all the 5 or 6 people, the 5 people. The elderly woman. You positive? Definitely. Yeah, given the evidence, it wouldn't make sense for the counterfeit dealer to be anyone else. I guess that's true. Alright. Yep, all this, like before. What's up with that girl, though? Could you please wait a moment? Oh, if it isn't those fine young folk I met at the border. What might you desire? What might you dearies need with a little old lady like myself? We apologize for not having told you this sooner, but we're with the Crossbell Police Special Support Section. You would like for you to answer a few questions, quick questions, ma'am. Excuse me? Oh, whoops. Excuse me, Sonny? Are you implying something? What am I guilty of? No matter the situation, isn't it rude to bother a frail old lady like myself? I understand your reservations, but the CPD received some interesting information today. A certain group of criminals are supposedly trying to infiltrate Crossbell. We were tasked with investigating Trangram Gate, so we covertly questioned any inbound tourists there. One of them stood out due to a particularly strange remark. That remark came from you, ma'am. What's that supposed to mean, son? One of your statements in the dining hall struck me as incredibly suspicious. I believe you claimed that it's been about 3 years since you last came to Crossbell. And? What's so strange about that? The area in Culvert I'm from isn't very close to Crossbell. There's nothing weird about me visiting infrequently. I wasn't suggesting anything of the sort. The problem is what followed. You said you went to the theme park with your grandson during your last visit, if I'm not mistaken? Oh, I see the issue. You sly dog, you. Your fate has already been sealed, ma'am. I'm not following. It's quite simple, really. If you had really visited Crossbell 3 years ago like you claim, you would have had trouble visiting Michelin Wonderland considering it didn't even exist at the time. What? This can't be. You see, the thing is, oh, yeah, this is all a misunderstanding. Silly old me. Must have read about it somewhere and got myself confused. You know how it is with us elderly folks, right? Oh, it was a misunderstanding? No problem. You mind if we give your grandson's family a quick call to corroborate your story? I'm sure they'd be quick to defend you if the police suspected you, right? Then again, that's not even an option. You can't call someone who isn't real. It's pretty funny when you think about it. You went to visit a non-existent theme park with a non-existent grandson. This type of mistake would only have been possible for someone who had visited Crossbell in the last 2 years. Frequently coming here to run your crooked business is exactly what allowed for that contradiction in your statement. I have no idea what you're talking about. You seriously think a kind elderly lady like me would be heinous enough to pawn off counterfeit goods on unsuspecting people? I do believe you just put the final nail in your coffin, ma'am. Not once during this exchange did we specify the crime in question. Oh, crap. Way to fall for one of the oldest tricks in the book, you old bat. I think it's about time you faced the music. I'm sure you have a perfectly logical explanation as to why you have access to sensitive information. We'll be more than happy to listen to you in our interrogation room. So that's that, right? I'll give you one last chance, ma'am. Please turn yourself in peacefully or else. Who'd go along with a bunch of idiotic whippersnappers? What? She's gone off her rocker. Her true nature has finally been revealed. You're all just a bunch of cowards trying to deceive a helpless old lady like myself. I'm sure the goddess will smite you all if you don't correct your nasty behavior. It is honestly laughable you can utter such nonsense without a hint of irony. Aren't you not guilty of deceiving others with your unscrupulous business? Shut up, you damn munchkin. Munchkin? I hate you. I hate you all. This is exactly why the police and braces are trash. Trash. I bet you think you're so righteous. Maybe you moron should get off your friggin' high horse. Calm down, ma'am. If you could just come with us quietly. Zip it, punk. Got cotton in your ears? I said I'm not going with you. Don't make me repeat myself again. No, don't make me repeat myself. If you think you can catch me so easily, then why don't you go ahead and try me? He's pretty fast. Seriously? How can an old lady move so quickly? I feel like everybody in this game will run from us as fast as heck. Where the hell did that whole nicest grandma you ever meet charade disappear off to? Munchkin. Is it really the time for this, you guys? We need to hurry up and chase after her, or else she might actually escape. True. Let's go after her. Don't underestimate me, you friggin' brats. Just you wait and see. I forged these legs of mine through the struggle of climbing mountains back in my youth. Like hell you'll catch me. Okay, that's a bit rude. Oh dear, I must have accidentally stuck my leg out while I was unlooking. That's actually dangerous. That's dangerous. Like, I understand trying to catch her, but at least, you know, attempt to reach for her or something. Don't knock an old lady down. That's messed up. I don't like that. Are you still breathing, madam? You bitch. What the hell do you think you're doing? I see you have much energy to spare despite your old age. Crap, considering how fast she was running, she probably... Look over there, Lloyd. Huh? She ended up collapsing? Yo, check it out. The hot black-haired lady is here too. Wait, hold on a second. Did you do this? Talk later. Restraining her is of the utmost urgency at the moment. She still has a pep in her step, so I imagine she's quick to recover. Damn you. Good call, ma'am. You mind helping me out, Ellie? No, not at all. I apologize, but could you accompany us for the time being? Having analyzed the situation, it is clear your assistance was crucial in the arrest. Very well. I wasn't intending on standing out, but perhaps this was fate. Rest easy, ma'am. Allow me the pleasure of escorting a fine lady such as yourself. At least she's okay. That knocking her on the ground, I don't like that. That was too much. You don't knock an old lady to the ground. Uh, could I ask for your name then? Like I'd give my name to some lanky brat. Lanky? Listen here, Granny. Do you have any idea what you've done? You're aware we've already arrested all of your friends, right? So can it and give in already. You insolent, disrespectful hooligan. Did your parents teach you no etiquette? When talking to a lady, you must at least offer her a cup of tea. Common courtesy. Huh? Sure, whatever. I'll bring you a cup later, okay? Is Raymond gonna be alright handling her by himself? She's a tough nut, that's for sure, but don't worry. We can crack her. Besides, this is a secure facility. She won't be getting out of here anytime soon. I don't know. I could see her brute forcing her way out of anything, quite honestly. I agree. By the way, who's the beautiful young lady over there? You know, now that I think about it, I never asked. Excuse me, ma'am. We're gonna need your name and occupation, please. For police business, of course. Kilika... It's Kilika! She's from Trails in the Sky. She has a whole new outfit. Isn't this her? Kilika Rurin, at your service. I am Calvardian entertainment producer. I came to Crossbell. Well, let's just say it by chance. Kilika, eh? That's her same hair. I see it now. It is her. Eh? Gotta say I dig it. And you're a producer to boot? You definitely look the part. And I mean that in the best of ways. You helped us apprehend the suspect, Inspector Donovan. Is that right? Excuse us. Excuse our poor manners, ma'am. CPD thanks you for your invaluable cooperation. If you like, I'm sure we can scrounge up a reward for you. Can't guarantee it'll be much, though. Please don't bother. I hardly think my contribution was worth that much. Well, if you say so. I'm sure our bookkeeper will appreciate that, too. Please remain professional, Inspector. Actually, I've been wondering, how did the stakeout at the train station and airport go? Oh, that? Luckily, the other dealers were caught and arrested. On top of that, we were able to confiscate all of the counterfeit items they were carrying. So if all goes according to plan, they'll be out of business for the rest of the year. The rest of the year? Implying that there will be other years? Yes, well, in addition to a stern warning, they will also be prohibited from entering Crossbell for a month. But that's about it, most likely. You're not gonna detain them? So what you're really saying is that our work didn't do jack? Tio said it before. According to state law, it's only a minor criminal offense, and since they're foreigners, we can't do much. Trust me, I understand how disheartening it can be, but this is as much as we can do. Now, don't be discouraged. You four did fine work today, especially when you consider the fact that they'll be out of commission for the festival. Donovan, please help me. Whoops, it sounds like Raymond needs some saving from that devil spawn. Anyway, good work. Your effectiveness was most definitely noted, let me assure you. Thank you, Inspector. You can give us a call anytime. Crossbell's authority really is as weak as the rumors say. Well, I suppose I cannot be surprised about that. What do you mean? Laws are created to protect citizens' well-being, and yet, Crossbell is nothing more than an obedient pup to Erebonia and Calvert. Surely you've noticed that bitter truth on more than one occasion, right? It has to be extremely frustrating, I imagine. Don't be so glum. After all, for continuing to fight against the status quo, you ought to be praised. So I suppose it's none of my business that word, I stumble up on it every single time. Calvardian. It's none of my business as a Calvardian. Regardless, I advise you to not give up. I'm sure your efforts will pay off one day. Kilika, what's your plan now? Already found a place to crash? Yes, I have. A room in the entertainment district's fancy hotel, Millennium, was it? Anyway, I plan on staying there for a bit. I'd be more than happy to give you a tour of the city, but I'd have to check our schedule. I'd appreciate the gesture, but I'm well acquainted with Crossbell City. You said the entertainment district? Does that perhaps have something to do with the motive behind your visit? You are a sharp one, aren't you? That's right. I've come to see Orange Shield. If possible, I was hoping to get them to agree to performing in the Republic. A tour, perhaps. You're looking to book them? Why, of course. Orange Shield is an enchanting Septium vein, lying dormant in Crossbell. Have they the charisma to capture Calvert with their magical shows? Can they create a vortex of enthusiasm for a theater there? Determining that is my mission. I see. So when she was talking about a jewel at Tangram Gate, she was talking about Orange Shield all along? You're an interesting bunch. Unrefined, yet true to yourselves. and true professionals as well, deducing who the culprit was like that. That wasn't something that comes to people easily. Let's both do our best from here on out, okay? Yeah. Thank you for your assistance again, Kilika. If there's anything you need while you're here, please don't hesitate to contact us. We'd love an opportunity to return the favor. If the opportunity arises, I certainly won't. Well then, if you'll excuse me, I'll be off. This request was more than I was expecting. You're telling me. But hey, thanks to that, I was able to meet that hot piece of lady. Man, I thought I was used to checking out the Eastern chicks, but damn, that Kilika was on another level. You are incorrigible. Well, at least it didn't say it in front of her, I guess. Is everyone ready to get going? Quest exposing the counterfeit dealers has been completed. Alright, let's go report in. Or we get a call again. A call? Hopefully not another emergency. Yeah. Lloyd Banning speaking. Ha! Bingo. Wasn't sure if I was gonna reach you. Who is this? What? Can't you tell by my voice? Some detective you are. It's Jonah, dummy. Jonah Sacred. You know, the amazing genius hacker. Wait a second. How'd you get this number? Pretty easily. All I had to do was run a quick search of the police database. Man, that security was a joke. I was like water running through a freaking strainer. Don't worry though. It's not like there was any top secret information in there anyway. You're kidding me. Who is it, Lloyd? Our friend the hacker. Huh? You never did know when to quit. Okay, what do you want? Surely you didn't just call me to show off your skills, right? Yeah, I was getting to it. I was actually wondering if I could submit a request to you guys. Seriously? Well, not you in particular. I need Tio's help with something. Could you pass on the message? We're already really busy, Jonah. If this is some private matter, we can't deal with it right now. Well, private wouldn't be entirely inaccurate, but what if I give you a reward? We aren't bracers, you know. In other words, we don't intend on accepting any direct compensation. Oh, wow. Aren't you all high and mighty? And I'm not talking about Mirror, dude. I've got a memory quartz loaded with info you guys might be interested in. Does that change things? Ha! That's what I thought. Well, anyways, just head on over to my place when you can. I'll fill you in on the details then. Fine. What was that all about? Well, Lloyd explained Jonah's deal to the others. In exchange then? Sheesh, what a rascal. He's really trying to take advantage of the cops? Don't you think? Wait, let me read that again. That was bad. He's really trying to take advantage of the cops, don't you think? Be that as it may be smart to go and at least hear what he has to say. Besides, he wants my help. Why not flip the table on Jonah and take advantage of him? Feels a little too unethical for my tastes. But really, I don't understand why he didn't call you to begin with, Tio. There's a simple answer to that. Fear. He's likely too afraid to face me after I obliterated him in a puzzle game 2 days ago. Is that so? I'm not sure what this puzzle game is, but that sounds impressive. It's clear that Jonah's no match for our Tio Tot, because at his core, he's a spoiled, petulant child. But if we have time, it would not hurt to visit Jonah. I'm interested in seeing what his request entails. Alright then, the Geofront. First, what the heck? I don't know why it zoomed all the way down there, but let's report in our quest here. 5 DP, 3 bonus with 8 DP total, and 157 DP total, which gave us the promotion to 7th class detective with an Ingenuity Quartz, and 2000 mirror as well. Ingenuity Quartz, huh? Here it is. EP slowly recovers by walking on the field. Ooh. And, Does does Tio or Ellie need, space in their grids? Yeah, if you want to get to Celestial, then yes. Yeah. Yeah, I would say that. For Tio. What would I take out? Like what? Hold on, let me look at this grid that I'm doing with her. I'm working on. It's definitely none of this. This is what I'm doing with Lloyd. So technically, I'm not even building the space for her. I'm just working on the water grid solely. Yeah. That's literally all I'm doing. Oh yeah, I do gotta get the, like, 4 wins, but 4 wins. I do like Fortuna. But Celestial is pretty important. Large range area recovery that revives and heals everyone out for their full HP. That's actually ridiculously insane. It's 240 EP, which is an insane amount. But dang, Ellie has so much EP. She would benefit more for Celestial. Is it because of the EP 10? Hold on, let me look at that. I don't have EP 1. It's just she. Is it because of her grid? Oh yeah, because she's not fully decked out 100%. I thought she was done. I gotta fix that up then. Well, she needs at least 12 space. You don't have to aim for Fellas if you can get Celestial. And is Holy Breath better than a Tyrol? Tyrol cures burn, but that's new. It never did that before. So even though... Okay, hold on. Like, sure, I can get... I don't need things like Ice Hammer or any of the other things that are on here. I just think she needs water. She needs water, like a lot of it. She wants at least 4 wind at the very minimum. And she wants 12 a 10 for Celestial of space. Yeah, these were for the breaths, so I don't want to remove those yet. Why do I need Mirage? Did I just put this just because it's a mind? And then I gave her this just to speed up her heals. Which I'm going to actually take off. Well, we're not going to reach 10. It might be better to just hold. And before I think about anything. But yeah, so... Yeah, we're going to Geofront B sector. Residential district. Over here. I'm gonna go through the vent. Let me make sure of something. Not list. Chapter. This one's still long, okay. Alright. Oh, nice of you to stop by. Nice of you to stop by, he says. I assume you need my help with something? Ah, well, you see, I kinda need a little help with some hacking. Goodbye. Well, wait a sec. Why are you just leaving? You didn't even hear me out. Isn't it obvious, Jonah? Sheesh, this kid's a comedian. Asking the police to assist in a crime is brave, that's for sure. I told you guys before, hacking is not a crime. I'm not trying to wage war against the IBC or something, I promise. I'm just trying to get the jump on my most fearsome rival yet. Fearsome rival? Explain. Oh, looks like you took the bait. Come on, won't you at least hear me out? I have the gut feeling that you guys will want to hear about this. Fine. If this ends up being boring, prepare yourself for a world of hurt, Jonah Sacred. I will 20 chain combo you in Palm Party or something equally frightening. That'd be pretty freaking bad. You're ruthless, Tio. By the way, the little puzzle game that they keep playing, that they keep talking about, this Palm Party, it's actually Puyo Puyo. Puyo Puyo, Dr. Mario. It literally looks more like Dr. Mario, but it's Puyo Puyo. Kitty! Cute name, but is this hacker even real? Oh yeah, you mentioned this last time. Why would I lie about this? I first encountered her about half a year ago. I was busy hacking a few companies like usual, and then I realized that someone was tracing me. Of course, I was kind of flustered, so I cut off my infiltration route, covered my tracks, and managed to escape. After that, as if to taunt me, she sent me a little greeting and her online handle, Kitty. Ever since that fateful day, she's been screwing around with my business. Okay then. Oh yeah, hold on. Oh, okay then. That's how you say that better. According to all the reports I've read, hackers are extremely rare. Is there really another hacker in Crossbow? Yeah, I'm positive. Even though I thought it was some fluke at first, to think there was another hacker and the city was on the same level as my genius, it pisses me off. Same level? From what I'm hearing, this kitty is far more skilled than you. Ugh, come on. It is okay, Jonah. After all, your specialty was always in system languages, not hacking. You may have lost this fight, but perhaps you can still win the war? Kill the pity party, Tio. Back to the subject at hand. I want my revenge. Once I uncover her location, I'm gonna seize her access point. And you're gonna help me, Tio. Can you guarantee that Kitty will come online today? I got it all planned out. You see, I analyzed my data and crafted a foolproof operation. Kitty doesn't always stick on the Orbital network like me, but the thing is, all I need to do is spread some info she might be curious about. Based on her trends up until today, there's a solid 90% chance she'll appear. Can't let this opportunity slip away, right? I understand. If that is the case, which one of us will serve as the decoy? Kitty has to be lured out of hiding somehow. While the decoy acts, the other will trace Kitty's infiltration route from a different terminal. If we repeat this process, we could possibly corner Kitty. Any complaints? None from me. If you and that Aeon system of yours work with me, Kitty is toast. I prepared for this in advance, and trust me, I have no intention of going easy on her. Considering it's a 2-on-1, there's no way she'll be able to weasel out of this. Two problems still stand. Huh? First, I need access to a suitable terminal in order to provide backup. I would rather not risk the integrity of the Special Support Section's terminal back at base. Oh, gotcha. I know the perfect place. Deep within Geofront's A sector, a certain Control Terminal 3 sits ripe for the taking. Its main router is separate from this one, so it's perfect for a pincer maneuver. How convenient. Anyone getting this? Too many technical terms are being tossed around. Now for the other issue. It is the fact that you are wrapping us into your schemes while we're busy. That's true. It's not ideal, no. Yesterday's race ate up our entire afternoon, so we've been busy as hell. Are you trying to get out of this? This is a support request, isn't it? You can't just deny it because you don't feel like it. Do your job. Come on, I'll toss in some information as a bonus, so please just help me. Jonah, the thing is... It is fine, Lloyd. I will take care of his so-called support request myself. Everyone, please continue with SSS duties like usual. Leave this to me. Are you serious, Tio? But... It is a simple act. It is a simple fact of role proficiency. When it comes to hacking, I'm the most appropriate from the job. I'm sure that my absence will not hinder our work too terribly. Jonas said that terminal was deep in the geofront sector near the station, right? Ain't that a bit dangerous for you? I will find a way to manage. My abilities alone should be enough to take care of any monsters that show up by now. Theo, how about we do this? I'll accompany Theo to the control terminal 3 while you two head back to headquarters. Huh? Yeah, that should work out. I wasn't a fan of letting Theo talk go in alone either. Yeah, I think this is for the best. Randy and I should be able to handle the odd jobs the department will throw at us. And they'll appreciate the help. Wait! What's the big deal, Theo? It's just the guy you'll be with, right? Were you the type of person to worry about petty stuff like this? Hello, you beautiful person. How's it going, Nekojube? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing really good. Whoa, forget I said anything. Fine, if you insist. Still, we should finish any important businesses we have before starting this. Yep, we finished them all. I imagine this whole thing may last well into the evening. Yeah, that's the plan. Yep, I'm actually good to go. We can just start. Hold on one second. Streaming some trails. Okay. Alright. Finally, let's get this briefing underway. Well then, Randy and I will go on and head to headquarters. Lloyd, take care of Theo Tot, alright? Yeah, leave her to me. Randy, don't go leaving Ellie out to dry, okay? Come on, I would never do something like that, buddy. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him. Theo, work hard. Of course, you too, Ellie. I'm good. Just speed running homework so you could be free for Elden Ring. Yeah, I got 2 games coming out on the same exact day. I'm looking forward to Elden Ring a little bit, not as much as I should be. But more so excited for Atelier Sophie 2, which is another really good JRPG that comes out that day. I played Atelier Sophie 1 I want to say a few years ago, and I really loved that game. So when they said they were announcing a sequel to my favorite Atelier game, I was hyped. I was hyped. And it comes out this Friday. I think I'm not so excited with Elden Ring because they haven't shown me anything interesting. I don't feel like anything interesting has been shown. Like, usually in the other trailers for the other Souls games or Sekiro or anything, they always show some different locations and these crazy enemies. But everything with Elden Ring, I mean, I've never seen the gameplay because I've been trying to avoid all of it. But with the trailers, every one of them has pretty much been, oh yeah, here's this open world grassy plains area. Yeah, there's this yellow beam shooting out from the sky. Yeah, you're fighting these little enemies here and there. And it's just like, that's all they ever show us. So, I don't know. I need them to show me more than some open sky, grassy area. Like, I need more than that. Alright, once you get there, just give me a call in your Enigma. But I guess I'll just have to play and see the locations myself, I guess. We'll commence the operation then. Understood. I can't pretend to understand this revenge plot, but aren't you going a bit far, Jonah? It just sounds to me like you're gonna cause trouble for the people who actually use the Orbu network for their job. That's cute. Theo and I, we're pros. Kitty too. Probably. We wouldn't let ourselves be noticed by an average user. We are simply playing a game of tag, 2 against 1 behind the scenes. This is my best explanation of it, at least. There's no need to worry. Whatever you say, I guess. Sweet, I'm counting on you, Theo. I think I'll order a large pizza to get myself hyped up for this thing. That sounds good right about now. A large pizza? That sounds really good right now. Try a salad sometime. Dang! He said try a salad sometime. What is he? What sort of... Woo! Lloyd. Well, we'll head for the Geofront entrance in front of the station. You said the lower floors of the Geofront A sector are our goal, right? Yes, Control Terminal 3. I'll explain how everything will go once we arrive. Roger. Let's move out, Tio. Alright, thank you for just taking me straight there. Thank you for going all the way there for me. So he just needs to take the elevator down, right? Correct. Do you recall coming across an inoperable elevator when we initially came down here? No, I don't remember. I don't remember at all, Tio. That is the one we need. Once I input the authentication code, we'll be able to ride the elevator to the area below. Tio, that elevator was in the prologue. The only thing I remember was a locked door. Not an elevator. You just had lasagna right about now? That's also pretty good. Once I finish streaming, I'm gonna eat. Absolutely. But I still got a good while to go. Because I sadly won't be able to stream tomorrow, so I'm trying to put in that at least an extra hour to make up a little bit of what I would miss, what I'm going to miss, you know, tomorrow. That's what I always try to do. If I know I'm not going to be able to stream, or I come back from a day where I just couldn't stream, then I always try to do a little bit more. I at least try to do that. That is the one we need. Sometimes I can't, but sometimes that's what I try to do. That is the one we need. Once I input the authentication code, we'll be able to ride the elevator to the area below. Understood. But Tio, how exactly did you get your hands on the Geofront authentication code? Don't tell me Jonah is rubbing off on you. You see, when I was using the IBC's main terminal, I stumbled across it by chance when I was determining Jonah's location. It should be the right code. Are you sure this is a bright idea? We didn't exactly get through proper means. The Geofront is a Crossbell City facility, so legally I do not see an issue. We are merely shortening the process, that is all. If you say so. No turning back now, I guess. Let's head on down, Tio. Roger. Anytime I hear someone say Roger, I can never stop thinking... I said this before, but I can never stop thinking the Mega Man Legends 1 serve bots saying Roger. Every time it just comes to my head. The serve bots saying Roger is ingrained into my brain system, into my brain. Oh, this was the elevator. I remember. Okay, I do remember this elevator. When is the Artana Loco stream? Artana Leco? How do you pronounce that game? Artana Leco or Artona Lego? That's a hefty amount of fan service. I feel like I don't know. That's like usually when games have a hefty amount of fan service like that, I usually throw that off not on stream, but off stream. I can play through Artana Leco on a Discord call or something like that, but I'm not on an actual Twitch stream. Pressing the button does nothing. The elevator cannot be used at the moment. This should be the elevator that leads to A sector's lower stratum. I will enter the authentication code. Tio opened the control panel and punched an 8-digit code. It should be operational now. Alright, ready to head down? Wait, do you have any idea where that terminal is? Most likely in the deepest parts of the floor. It will be a long walk, so please be sure to stay on guard. Alright, and you wanted to come here alone? Yeah, it has a hefty amount of fan service. I think all of them do. I think the ones that don't have much fan service are at least the Arno Surge series. But I've never played them. I was going to get Arno Surge on the Vita. The one that's on the Vita. And I never did. I still got to do that before the Vita stores close. There's no Sony they kind of backpedaled on closing the PS3 and PS Vita store. But I'm not lowering my guard down. I'm sorry, but I lost so much trust in Sony over the past few years. After they got the new management, they went downhill for me. Which is why I became full-on PC gaming. Once they swapped management, I felt like they just dropped the ball on everything. You know, compared to the upper levels, the lighting system here seems more dated. Are the lower levels older or something? Yes, the lower stratums were the first Geofront sectors to be built. The Geofront as a whole is the product of an urban planning project that spans 20 years. Due to its construction undergoing some spontaneous changes, the entire structure became more complex than originally intended. In fact, Ellie told me stories about how the construction of the geofront was manipulated by all sorts of Diet members. Is that so? Still, the sheer size of this place never fails to surprise me. Did you really think you would be okay going at this alone, Tio? Well, no. My apologies. It's fine, Tio. The last thing I want is for you to get hurt, okay? Stay behind me and I'll protect you. I promise you that. Understood. Yeah, the management thing. So pretty much like the main guy who was like head of PlayStation, the two main heads that I really deeply admired from PlayStation. One being Shuhei Yoshida. He stepped down and now he works with indie developers. Um, so, and then the other person was Sean Layden. Sean Layden I had a lot of respect for as well. And he got replaced. Sean Layden got replaced by Jim Ryan. And by the way, if you don't know, Shuhei Yoshida was one of the people who were responsible for actually bringing a bunch of games, like, you know, Japanese games and a bunch of games, not just indie games, but random crazy games that you might not think that were good in the past that are actually good now. He brought a lot of them to PlayStation, even though most people didn't give them a shot, and they got big because of it. But yeah, both of them were like big on the, you know, it's for gamers, and they were big on, you know, getting, you know, a bunch of Japanese games over. But then the new guy that they got was Jim Ryan, and honestly, he's the reason why every Japanese game, or maybe just every game in general, gets censored on PlayStation. He's the reason why they get censored, because he's been cracking down on how he wants people to view Sony and PlayStation, and he's also the guy who literally said, he literally flat out said that games like on the PS1, PS2, all these older games, that they're crap, no one cares about them, no one wants to play these games, and people are looking for more innovative experiences right now here on the PlayStation 4. And I was like, excuse me? I am literally the opposite of that. I am literally the person you just described. And I was like, you know what? If this is going to continue, I sold my PlayStation 4. I said, screw that. Screw Sony. And yeah, literally. And now just I'm on PC. I'm on PC now. I haven't bought a game on PlayStation for a good while. But yeah, that really ticked me off, because a lot of the games I like got censored, and also, I know some people may not really like this series because of how heavy the fan service is, but I don't know if you know the Senran Kagura games. You know how heavily fan service they are, like full on, like ripping clothes and all that stuff. Like, sure, if you don't like that and that's not your thing, you know, whatever. There's other games you'll like. They're fine if you ask me. But to blatantly destroy their games with huge amounts of censorship, that the guy who makes the series, he's the guy who makes the Senran Kagura games, was so like heartbroken. He literally has not made a Senran Kagura game ever since, because now if he makes a game, Sony's gonna censor it, and he doesn't know what he's gonna do. And people are praying that he just makes their games on, like, you know, Nintendo and PC, but you know, he was kind of heartbroken, and ever since then we've never gotten a Senran Kagura game. So you got Jim Ryan to thank for breaking a man's heart over there. I don't know what game Martha is Dead is, but if that got censored and it was from Sony, then yeah, you know who to thank for that. The new management up there. Honestly, they're pretty crap. I'm sorry. Lloyd, would you like to practice a combination craft while we're here? Ooh, finally one with Tio. I may not be as proficient as Randy or Ellie, but I would like to still try. That's a great idea. Since we're by ourselves, let's give it a shot. Roger. Lloyd and Tio learned Omega Strike. By spending 100 CP each, a powerful combination attack can be unleashed. What kind of craft is it? It's just a medium range AoE. The one with Ellie's large range. Okay. Yeah, like... That's why I kind of went to PC gaming. It's not because... It's not, for any reason besides me just really disliking Sony at this current time. I don't think that I don't think they're making the smartest decisions right now. I really think that they're making really bad decisions. Courier bomb. Luck still checked. Luck skill check failed. The chest is still empty. Alright, we opened up that door. New enemies. Oh yeah, we're fighting by ourselves, so... Oh, Theo over here is all arts attack, and Lloyd is a balance of everything. So we gotta pray we can get some, Damn, we get bad XP here. The XP here is crap. Oh my god. I turned around. Analyze, weak to fire. And a little bit of earth. I do have that. But yeah. Yeah, just now I'm on PC, so, and I enjoy it here. I enjoy having unlocked frame rates, playing above. I like playing above 30 FPS. Thank you very much. I love playing with good resolution. I love playing with the potential of mods and having a bunch of emulators for free and all that. So I don't regret the decision at all. Found the marble ring. What does that do? Prevents mute. You find fingerprints inside the chest that point to the likely culprit. 3 guesses as to who that is. That's not me. Get some crits. Easy kill there. We're about to level up, but the XP here is so crap. Oh, I tried to pray it didn't see me. I can throw 1 Galleon Tower to help Tio out, because this is pretty rough. What are these guys weak to? Oh, we don't know. Let's analyze. They're very weak to wind. A little bit of fire, but mostly wind. Okay. Mainly wind, right? So... just do this. Here's Galleon Tower. Yeah, not paying for my online membership is great too. My membership ran out anyway, so... And honestly, when I do play on console, I actually play, well, besides the Switch, when I do play on a PlayStation, it's only on my PS3. Because my PlayStation 3 is... I think the PlayStation 3 is way better than the 4 and 5 by miles. But that's just me. The PS3 being backward compatible with the PS1, and if you have the good one, which is not hard to find whatsoever, you can get the easy, big bulky PS2 that gives you backward compatibility, and with PS1 and 2, and then bam, you get to play all your old games. You don't need the PS1 or PS2 out anymore, so you get the backwards compatibility if you have those games physically. The PS3 stores are still up and running. They're pretty bad. I mean, it's slow, but all the games are there, and a bunch of good games. A bunch of pretty good games, which I still need to go and buy before they end up closing those stores permanently. And also, membership on PS3 was free. What are these guys weak to? Fire and a little bit of earth, alright. Oh, we got Tio to level up. Lloyd barely gets there. Doesn't even level up yet. But we'll get there. These guys are weak to Earth and Wind. Yeah, get in here. Get all in here. Nice. And we get the level up for Lloyd. Dun, dun. Oh, I went backwards. Whoops. Over here we go. This place is a bit more bigger and confusing. Where does this lead? To a chest? Alright. Okay, this, you heard her? Easy. In the chest was a gentle coat, which, out of everyone here, I'm gonna give it to Tio. Oh, she kind of loses a bit of... Oh my god, her arts defense... Oh wait, that's not even it. The gentle coat is a men-only armor piece. Alright, then, Lloyd, you're gonna get boosted up pretty heavily there. You are sucked into the chest. A teacher forces you to write, "I will not steal from treasure chest" 100 times on a chalkboard before you can leave. Hey, that's a Simpsons reference right there. The Simpsons. Over here? Up here? I've never heard her say okay this. Oh no. Ah, oh, dang, I couldn't even get around, but... Fire and, Earth? Yeah. So close, but... Still, we're faster. Oh, for a minute I thought I went the wrong way. I was like, no. Where did I go wrong? Alright. Control valve lifts up the elevator. Okay. I was wondering what that was there for. I thought we were gonna, I thought it was there because, it was gonna be a shortcut to go up and down. But at the same time, it didn't say control panel, so it kind of confused me. Get those crits, so get the easy win. Preemptive. The XP here is so bad. Let's take door left. The left door. Oh, this is definitely the way to go. Maybe. If that allows us to stop it. A fan? Indeed. One of the giant fans created for the geofront's ventilation system, to be more precise. Under normal circumstances, it remains inactive, but Tio accessed the portable terminal. I think I have located the issue. I'm almost certain this fan is running due to a malfunction in the system. This applies to the other fans as well. A malfunction? That doesn't sound good. If that's the case, we just have to turn them all back off, right? Exactly. We can use that valve to control them. Okay, I think this is the way to go, considering we got that cutscene. Yep, this just leads to a chest. These guys are weak to Earth. Wow. They lived on like a thread. I wish you could see how much HP. Oh yeah, if I pressed triangle, I probably would have seen. Zero bomb. But first, a word from our sponsors, Orbital VPN. Alright, that one I can't stop from over here, but it's over there where we stop it. Team Rush right out the gate. God, the Team Rush is so bad when you don't have all your party members. Wow, it didn't get stunned. Ooh, wow, we missed our hit. Alright, it's taking too much HP. How much? What are we gonna do? Win? Alright. Over here. In the vent we go. Let's press this, which will turn that off. I was hoping you would stop. I was hoping this enemy would turn around. Sure, I'll do that. Analyze just to see their full thing. Alright. Ooh, good counter. Take advantage of the crits to get that easy win. Moving on. Over here. Once again, do the same thing here. Alright. And here we go. Wind. Is there a medium range? Yes, right here. And she uses it fast too, that's good. And this chest was Stride Heals. The higher elements appear to be active in this chest. Unfortunately, there are still no more items. Stride Heals? Ellie. Tia. Wow, I said Ellie again. It's for women only, so yeah, it does work for her. She loses agility and defense though. I should look into putting that on Ellie. I'm gonna hold on to it. Hopefully I remember to check it. I'll do my best to remember. Oh, there's the end that we got. There's literally right there is the end. We're almost there. The goal is in sight. The end is in sight. No. Wait, hold on. Fire and Earth? I'll just do the tower. Because I don't think I'm going to use more EP from Lloyd, really, until we get to the end right there. Which will refill our EP and HPs. Okay. We can turn this fan off. Steam Rush, easy. You got to go twice. Oh. Alright. Alright. We should be close. We should be close. We gotta go into this ventilation. We gotta get to the fan that's on the valve that's on the other end. Where does this lead? Yeah, literally the valve that I was just talking about. Alright, if that leads there, then where does the right side lead to? To a monster chest. Let me save it. Let me heal first. And save. And let's get ready to fight. Monsters appeared. There should be a Tio carry. Do 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 do. Weak to Earth and Wind. Let me get that one. Let them all get a little bit closer and group up a little bit. And let's get ready to throw this Galleon Tower as well with Lloyd. A little bit more. Wait. We can get a better positioning with Teal's next turn here. We don't even need it. It's gonna be over right here, actually. It's gonna be over, literally. I didn't even need to S-craft. We got move 3. I know someone's using move. I'm pretty sure. Yep, it was Teal. Teal, you can get move 3, which gives you that 2 extra wind Sepith, and was it 1? Yep, that 1 space 1. There you go. That's good because that's gonna help you boost, get you a little bit closer to the 10 space that we need. Support section off in this. Oh, wow! Is this really a crank that Soulja Boy? Literally, is this literally what this is? I'm screenshotting this. Support section off in this. Oh, watch me crank it, watch me roll. Watch me crank that fan control. Is that really a Soulja Boy crank that reference in Trails? I like that one. This is my favorite chest. This is probably my favorite chest ever. I like that one a lot. That one's good. I like that one. Oh crap, I did not memorize any of the places we went to. We came from here. And we went out to there. Here. Yes. I like that chest a lot. All right, let's get in here. And you know what's sad? Because they pretty much wiped out the entire translation and are restarting it from the beginning with the official translation. That's probably not gonna be in there. And that makes me sad. Are we close? Yes, this is the final stretch. The room containing Control Terminal 3 should be around here, somewhere near. Oh, Theo! My sensors did not pick it up. Oh, I love this song. Damn it, it must be in charge of this part of the geofront. Theo, can you move? Yes, I am fine. This is the best song in the game thus far. Analyze. Really weak to water, double. Dang, it's gonna give him. I would take the crit. It's gonna go twice. Oh, we got a counter. And puts him to sleep. Wow, that was it? Okay, the clones are all the same. Yeah. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. Jesus Christ. Jesus, Tio! I must have Ellie again. What else are they weak to? Fire's good. Okay, that's so bad. But it's better than me using arts. It's already over. Just melee. And we barely got crap XP from that. Like, Jesus, the XP was bad. That was unexpected. Theo, are you okay? I know I had to pull you back like that, but I told you I'm fine. What about you, Lloyd? I'm alright. I guess Randy meant it when he said that these Tonfas would be really good for defense. Regardless, that would have gone a lot smoother if those two were here. Honestly, being without them is making me realize how much I rely on those two. Did I say something funny? No, not particularly. You just reminded me of someone. Control Terminal 3 should be past the door on the right. We should log in and contact Jonah. Gotcha. I've got your back. Can I go rest up at the thingy? Yes, I can. Alright. Let me save. They won't let me go to that door. It's unlockable, so they're just not allowing me. It's not locked, I should say. That's better. That's better than not unlockable. What the heck was that? Is this it, Tio? Yes, this is Control Terminal 3. Our plan to hack into the net from 2 points. Control Terminal 8, which Jonah has appropriated, and this terminal. I think I understand. Should I call Jonah now? If you would. Ellie and the others may have tried to contact us, so please check my Enigma for me. Will do. Lloyd took Tio's Enigma. What's an Enigma? The phone? Jonah, it's Lloyd. No, that's not the Enigma. Oh, you're already there. Yeah, Tio is booting up the terminal now. Good, good. I'll get mine set up too. Do me a favor and turn the Enigma's speaker mode on, okay? Oh, Enigmas are the phones. That's what they call them. Speaker mode? That's a thing? On the back of the Enigma, there's a little red switch. Flip it. That'll make the caller's voice go through a mini speaker. Right here? Lloyd flipped the switch as instructed and placed the Enigma on the terminal, on the table. Hey, can you two hear me? Well, that's nifty. Use just quite a bit more EP, so I don't recommend using it unless necessary. Jonah, everything is green on my end. So how about you? Almost there. I've been moving the decoy around as much as humanly possible. I'll let you know if Kitty shows up, so keep your fingers on the keyboard. Affirmative. We'll stand by until you give the signal. Cool. Don't let me down, Tio. So does that mean all our preparations are finished? Yes. All we need is Jonah's signal. Once I start hacking, you can leave everything to me. Do you see why I opted to go alone now? Yeah, I do. But still, the journey here wasn't exactly the easiest thing in the world, so I'm glad I decided to tag along. This is bad. I'm terrible with awkward silences. Oh, that's right. Mishi, wasn't it? You know, that character you like so much, he's even strapped to your Enigma. Yes, I think you may be right. I'm not really one to get attached to things, so it's hard to believe I've held on to that strap for all these years. Years? So you didn't buy it when you came to Crossbow? I assumed you did, since he's practically Crossbow's mascot. No, this was a gift from Guy 5 years ago. She was the girl. Tio was the little girl that Guy, that from the cutscene that Guy was escorting. What? Guy Bannings. He was your brother, right? Yeah, he was. But wait a second. Tio, you knew my brother? Yes. I had no idea. Why didn't you tell me sooner? You're from Lemon State, right? How could you know Guy? You couldn't have come across... Yup, this is it, the cutscene I was just referring to. I'm going on a trip, and I'm going on a trip? You can't just say that and immediately walk out the door. Where are you even going? The Principality of Remiferia. Don't worry, I should be back in a month or two. Well, I can't dive into specifics, but it's actually a trip where I'm in charge of escorting this cute little girl back home. No way. That was you? Yes. I was only 9 years old at the time. Guy was the one who escorted me back home to my... Guy was the one who escorted me to my home in Remiferia. Remiferia? That's where you're from? Not Lemon? That's right. Lemon? Lemon? Lemon. It may be my home country, but I harbor no special feelings towards it. After all, I already have abandoned that place I used to call home. Tio, are your parents okay? I think so? Ever since I left home 3 years ago, I've hardly received any letters from them. Due to certain unavoidable circumstances, I went missing at age 5. Guy was the one who rescued me. After that, I was hospitalized as St. Ursula for over half a year. Once I finally recovered, Guy insisted on escorting me to my home. So that's what happened. But if you were escorted back home, why'd you leave again? Lloyd, you know I'm a bit different from regular people, right? What? Tio, you aren't... It's the truth. You know it is. My sensory reception is orders of magnitude higher than any... I don't think that was what they meant right there. My sensory reception is orders of magnitudes higher than any normal person. The faint sounds an average ear finds impossible to pick up, the flow of audible waves no ordinary person could ever perceive, the presence of elements modern technology has trouble detecting, even people's emotions and the beat of their hearts. When I attended Sunday school, I was always alone. The things the neighborhood children saw and what I saw were worlds apart. I wasn't oblivious to their prying eyes and their private conversations about me. I know my parents love me. I do, but everything has its limits. The atmosphere at home just grew tenser. That's when I began to realize that it would have been better if I never came home at all. Without even thinking of what I was doing, I had bought a ticket out of Remiferia, and soon after was on the train bound from Crossbow from Calvert. No way. You really wanted to see my brother again, didn't you, Tio? I did. When he brought me that strap as a gift, Guy told me this. Rest easy, Tio. I know that you can find happiness, and if you have trouble finding it, just give me a call. Together, we'll send the source of your sadness packing. Yeah, that definitely sounds like something that dolt would say. But around that time, at the lowest point in my life, I met an Epstein Foundation researcher by chance. He saw potential in my enhanced sensory reception and recruited me for an Obo staff development team that the Foundation had just launched. With that, I transferred to Lemon State and spent 3 years as a Foundation researcher. And 3 months ago, I finally decided to return to Crossbow. Tio. Ah, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that my stupid brother left us like he did. Not honoring his promise to a girl. That's not like him at all. Lloyd. Oh, it must be Jonah. The kitten has been spotted. Just now, I noticed her nibbling on the bait I threw out. I'm about to corner her, so give me all the support you can muster. Understood. I guess I'm just along for the ride. Tio, try not to go too crazy, alright? I will be careful. Not worry. Hacker mode intensifies. Beginning concealment near the network resources second boundary domain. Standing by for Kitty. Aye aye, ma'am. Whoa, are you serious? It's her. Kitty already deactivated all of our protections. Gah, do you know how tedious it was to prepare that bait, and now it's all... I don't believe this. How can one person do all of this? Settle down, Jonah. She's likely trying to brute force her way through with all of her processing power. Please focus. Stay 2 steps ahead and lead her toward my domain. Damn it, I'm not a machine. I love the image. She's passing through Control Terminal 4, Control Terminal 17, City Hall's main terminal. Here, I've caught her at Control Terminal 25. She's entered your domain, Tio. Affirmative. So this is your arch rival? She is fast, extremely fast. Activating Aeon system, initializing parallel processing. Confirming Kitty's presence. Whoa, that's a strong current. If you keep it up, you won't even need my help catching her. I disagree. Unlike you and Kitty, I'm not a true hacker. If my Aeon system does not last, it will be easily overtaken. Damn it, what do we do? In preparation for that, raise your processing output to max and block Kitty's exit. I'm predicting that Kitty will try to shift over into your domain again. Choose your timing carefully because I need you to capture her in 0.1 seconds. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Screw it. I'm Jonah frickin' Sacred. Get ready. Now! Take this! Alright, I bagged myself a kitty. We won? Yes, it looks that way. Tio, are you okay? I will be in a minute. Increasing the Aeon system processing power that much, the world is spinning around me. Didn't I tell you not to do anything crazy? Lloyd? Hey, Tio. That promise my brother made to you, allow me to keep it. Huh? And if you have trouble finding it, just give me a call. Together we'll send the source of your sadness packing. I hate to admit it, but my brother was amazing. In terms of power and the ability to take charge, I'm nothing compared to him. But I'll do my best to compensate. Honoring his promise is the least I can do to prove myself. So what do you say? How mysterious. Come again? You and Guy are almost nothing alike, but it's weird. Almost at the same time, you two remind me of each other. The way your spirits shine, the way you look ahead with confidence. My brother and I are similar? In a lot of ways, yes. But of course, you are a different person. You are who you are, Lloyd. And you are not and can't be the same as Guy. You should know that better than anyone. Yeah. That aside, if you want to take over the promise, then the details should change. What do you mean? You don't need to worry about it now. Not yet. I would like you to make a promise that is your own, not Guy's. Whatever you come up with will be fine. Tio. And I'm not a child. I loathe being treated like I'm someone that needs helped and protected. I'm a member of the SSS just like you are, aren't I? You're right. You're exactly right. Ah. Is there something on my face? No, it's just I think it's the first time I've seen your genuine smile. I wasn't smiling. I'm exhausted, that's all. No need to be shy. It'd be a waste in all honesty. Your smile is adorable. If you showed it off more often, I'm sure you'd be crazy popular. Adorable? Gulp. Uh-oh. Jonah? How long have you been listening? I think that's the first time I've seen your genuine smile. Somewhere around there. Can't say I was expecting to hear a cheesy line like that today. What's more, you actually got flustered over it. What's with that? Spew any more nonsense and I will destroy you with a 40 chain combo in Palm Party. That's not even possible. Wait, actually, someone like you might be able to actually pull that off. That reminds me, Jonah. Did you manage to find out who Kitty is? Who do you think I am? I wasn't in the Foundation for nothing. I managed to figure out her location. I'm sending it to you now. Jonah, what is with this file you attached? An attachment? What the hell are you? The log shouldn't contain anything like this. You're just supposed to uncover her location. We should open it. What? That's... What the heck is this? Wait just a damn minute. This couldn't be... It appears the hackers became hacked. Maybe she wanted revenge? No, perhaps we were dancing in the palm of her hand from the start. If true, it is possible that the information we obtained was simply a ruse. Ugh. I need water. Holy crap, hold on. Jonah, you okay there? Damn it. There's no way she would have been able to mask her address. We could trace and analyze it. Eventually, it'll lead to the access point. No, that won't work. But what about... Jonah? Hey, can you hear me? I will leave him alone for now. Let's return to his place. We still need to retrieve our rightfully earned memory quartz. Oh, I nearly forgot about that. That whole spectacle was enough to make it slip my mind, I guess. There should be an emergency elevator near the exit. We'll take that and head back. Let's do it. Yup. That door that you wouldn't let me enter. Boom. And here we are. We don't need a rest. But I can do with a save, at least. Wow, the sun's already setting? Guess we spend more time in the geofront than I thought. It seems that way. What's the matter, Tio? Nothing. We should hurry back to Jonah and retrieve the memory quartz. Furthermore, I am still worried about Kitty's true identity. Me too. Hopefully this will lead us somewhere. Rosenberg Studio? Oh, wait a minute. The Rosenberg Studio is that doll factory, isn't it? It was near the mountain path, if I remember correctly. Yep, that's the place. When I was analyzing Kitty's location, it led me there. I'm 100% certain. Bah, that frickin' doll factory? That doesn't make any sense. It certainly is strange. How so? If Kitty is at the studio, like Jonah claims, what's so weird about that? Well, currently the Orbital Network is functioning within the city and at St. Ursula Medical College. The health resort on the other side of the lake, Michelin, is also a part of the testing. Oh, you see, because wireless orbital waves are unstable, they're primarily only used for orbital telephones. And since the orbital network is constantly exchanging a large amounts of information, it's fundamentally a wired connection. And a giant orbital cable runs along the bottom of the lake connecting St. Ursula and Michelin. But I've never heard of any connection being made to Rosenberg's studio. Was it done in secret? Ah, enough already. What kind of a sick prank is this? Hmm? No way. Though the mystery still remains, we succeeded in our objective. I believe you mentioned the reward? Yeah. None of this would have been possible without your help. You received Jonah's memory quartz. This is the information we were asking for, right? I'll cut to the chase. That contains info on most of Ravash's relationships. Some other related topics were thrown in for safety measures. Happy now? Yeah, but this is indeed the intel we were trying to obtain. I'll just say this. All that stuff is if someone does I'll just say this. All of that stuff is, if someone dug hard enough, info they've already would know by now. For example, the bosses over at the CPD have known about this stuff for a long time. Right. This would be really useful, Jonah, since we didn't have access to all of this while we were at a bit of a disadvantage. That's so? Good for you then. Screw it. I'm taking a nap. Tomorrow I'll use what we learned today and to finally uncover Kitty's true identity. Don't try to work yourself to death now. It's the anniversary festival, Jonah. Why don't you go on a date or something instead of holding up in here? Shut up. It's none of your business what I do or don't do. You damn normie. Go to hell. Not exactly sure what he meant, but wasn't that a bit vulgar? Now that you mention it, you went on a date with Cecile on the opening day of the festival, correct? Huh? And after that, you ended up spending time with the beautiful Seeker sisters? Experience really does trump everything in the end. Tio? What are you trying to say? Nothing in particular. Maybe Ren was the hacker all this time. Connecting to the memory quartz. With this, we can access the entire database's contents. Wow, this is really comprehensive. Up until now, we've had quite a few gaping holes in our intel on Ravash. This might be the first time we get any concrete information on them. Why don't we take a little look and see what we got here then? Right. Oh lord, this is a lot. Ravash is the largest criminal organization currently operating within Crossbow State. Its inception dates back to roughly 1130 of the Septian calendar, coinciding with the founding of the state itself. As the name Ravashan Company would suggest, its fortune was amassed by smuggling goods between the Empire and the Republic under the guise of a trading company. In turn, Ravash was able to seize control of Crossbow's underworld. Currently, Ravash is known to participate in several illegal businesses, including arms smuggling, the sale of stolen goods, land speculation, insider trading, mirror laundering, sex rings, intermediary agencies for Jaeger Corps, and so on. Excuse me, what does this mean? What does this mean? Let's just keep reading. Due to its close ties to influential Diet members, Ravash is rarely punished for its criminal offenses. While members may be arrested from time to time, it is common for their bail to be posted almost immediately. I see. This entry sums up Ravash pretty well. It's handy to have all the information collected organized so neatly like this. At any rate, reanalyzing this data is really quite something. Right? These dudes are making a killing through these illegal operations. Arms and influence. Ravash's main forces total about 300 members, including low-level workers both inside and outside the state. The company employs approximately 500 people total. Ravash's ranks include several former Jaegers and soldiers from neighboring countries. Combined with its smuggling of cutting-edge orbital weaponry, Ravash is believed to have considerable fighting strength. Despite not being a large-scale crime syndicate, its influence extends past Crossbell. Ravash holds deep ties with its influential figures in both the Empire and the Republic. According to recent intel, Ravash had begun to lose ground to Heiyu, a rival organization, but has since boasted its firepower by utilizing warhounds. This new development has led to Ravash regaining superiority. Taking all this into account, it really makes you realize how large Ravash really is. Not only that, but they have men in their ranks with real battlefield experience. Yeah, some of their men have been a real pain in the ass. Not to mention their warhounds. They're still using them even after what happened. It is like the arrest we made in Mainz was for nothing. I'm afraid so. It seems a bit futile, doesn't it? Alright, Don Marconi, which is the boss of Ravash. Marconi is the current president of Ravash and Company, and the Don of its mafia organization. He is the fifth man to hold the position of president, but did not inherit it conventionally. 8 years ago, Marconi gained control by overthrowing the fourth Don in an act of deceit and betrayal. Perhaps due to his Erebonian heritage, Marconi prioritizes his relationships with its members of the Diet's Imperial faction. His ties with Speaker Hartman in particular are well documented. On the other hand, he has also made inroads with the Republican faction. Undoubtedly, Marconi seeks to leverage both factions in order to take advantage of the Crossbell's unique circumstances. Furthermore, he seems to fashion himself after an Erebonian nobility. His personal tastes include lavish garments and ostentatious furniture. Damn, look at this arrogant old fart. He may look humorously rotund, but his actions paint him as a nasty man. It appears Marconi is much more cunning than any individual man than we were led to believe. Don't forget, he managed to forge ties with the Republic despite being an Erebonian. You can't start underestimating him now. Garcia Rossi. Garcia Rossi's official position at Ravash & Co. is the general manager of sales. Behind the scenes, however, he acts as Mafia's underboss and is the commander of its rank-and-file henchmen. Rossi previously served as the commanding officer of the Zephyr Jaeger Corps. When Marconi toppled the former Don 8 years ago, he contacted Rossi to aid him in his bid for power. Afterward, Marconi recruited him away from the corps to join Ravash & Co. permanently. Rossi was the architect behind the Mafia's militarization and large increase in strength. In his Jaeger days, Garcia Rossi earned the moniker a Killing Bear by using his large frame and advanced military combat prowess to overwhelm enemy soldiers on the battlefield. He was a part of the Jaeger Corps? Zephyr. Or Zephyr? Zephyr, I think. That name sounds familiar to me. Probably because it's known as the strongest corps in all of Western Zemuria. If that guy was a commanding officer of Zephyr, trust me, his strength is no joke. I've heard rumors about this Killing Bear more than once. Really? Sounds like his strength is nothing to scoff at. But Randy, how do you know so much about him? Travel as much as me and you'll hear all sorts of rumors. And finally, Speaker Hartman. I've never seen this guy before. Hartman is an extremely influential politician who holds the position of Speaker of the Crossbell Diet. As a member of the Diet, he also acts as the leader of its Imperial faction. A descendant of Erebonian nobility, Hartman owns a luxurious mansion located at Michelin in the far southern reaches of Crossbell State. He is also considered an ally of Marconi, the president of Ravash & Co. It's believed Hartman cooperates in the Mafia's various criminal enterprises, including smuggling, mirror laundering, and so on. Furthermore, sources say that Hartman had an unofficial meeting with the Imperial Chancellor, Gilif Osborne, late last year in order to demonstrate his domestic and foreign authority. So this is Speaker Hartman. He kind of strikes me as a high and mighty noble rather than a politician. But did he really manage to get an audience with the Empire's blood and iron Chancellor? Yes. Though it was evidently an informal one, Chancellor Osborne did have a meeting with the Speaker. Yeah, with the Speaker. It still irks me to hear that he would meet with Speaker Hartman, completely disregarding my grandfather in the process. At the time, the whole matter was quite the hot topic in both nations, politics, and fears. I can't believe I've never heard about that. The Blood and Iron Chancellor. Making a name for himself, alright. It is troubling that we still do not know the reason behind this visit of his. Alright. Everything was fuzzy up until now, but I'm starting to see the big picture. I agree. A ruthless yet cunning boss and a former Jaeger commander as his right-hand man. How strong are their ties with Speaker Hartman? I can't wrap my head around what kind of relationship the Speaker has with his Blood and Iron Chancellor personally. Obviously, there's no chance in hell the CPD would ever touch him. That's true. Wait just a moment. I believe I have discovered concealed data within the memory quartz. Concealed data? Can you pull it up? Hold up, if there was stuff hidden, does that mean that brat is still messing with us? Yes, if I were to guess, I bet he tried to test whether I could notice it or not. His punishment will be long and painful. Well, pushing Jonah to the sideline, are you able to recover the data? Yes, practically in my sleep. Oh, that's her. That was her moving the... I was like, what the heck is... I'm not doing that. Wait a sec. Is that the Schwartz auction? Oh, yeah. That's the thing that Estelle and Joshua were prodding us about, right? That little scoundrel. This is his way of showing us his stanks, eh? It seems to confirm that this is in fact a real event. On top of that, it's connected to Ravash, too. Yeah, this is definitely suspicious. Alright, did we take a look? Schwartz Auction is an annual event staged by Ravash on the final day of the anniversary festival. It's held in the form of a private, largely secret party hosted at Speaker Hartman's mansion in Michelin. Most items up for bid are first-class works of art, such as paintings and jewelry acquired through theft, bribery, tax evasion, and illegal back channels. Additionally, invites are not limited to just cross-Bellans. Nobles and affluent people from across the continent are extended invitations, making the auction function as an off-the-record gathering of Zamoria's high society. The Schwartz auction is a major source of income for Ravash. It also provides Speaker Hartman with the ideal place to network with influential figures. Security is solely handled by Ravash's forces as well. Entry is prohibited unless a guest possesses a black invitation card engraved with a golden rose. Is this real? Unbelievable. To think that something this massive has been happening every single year. But this is strange, is it not? Despite being a secret, this information describes it as a large-scale social event. Well, no doubt the police and mass media know already and gotta keep it under wraps. Neither of them would want the spotlight on a shady event like this. Exactly. Chief, good evening. Color me surprised. You all found out the truth on your own. This place is a bit stuffy. Come on, I'll give you the full rundown in my office. So you admit that all the information in those files is accurate? Yeah, unfortunately so. Beats me who was researching them, but they make quite the pile of info. But all the CPD's top brass know about this, right? More or less all of them. People outranking inspectors for sure. But I'd be shocked if most of the First Division wasn't aware of the auction. Hell, even Arios and the Bracer Guild have probably known of its existence for a while now. That means this is yet another barrier standing in our way. Oh yeah, an extraordinarily huge barrier. Let me be blunt. I don't intend on restricting you what you do, but stop poking your nose into the Schwartz auction, got it? This is beyond your pay grade, kids. But Chief. Now, Chief. Let's not mince words here. Instead of being beyond our ability, you mean to say the police have had their hands tied, right? Considering all the influential figures invited and the host of the entire gathering, Speaker Hartman, the auction is practically untouchable. If the citizenry is not in imminent danger, the Bracer Guild cannot act either. Is it futile to pursue this any further? That may be the case, but... Calm down, you aren't the only frustrated person here. Trust me. Think about the First Division, grinding their teeth every year, powerless to do anything. If this event ever gave them the slightest chance, they'd be charging in to take it down before the guild could even respond. But despite being shady, it appears to be just another gorgeous party. Damn. Basically, if you tried to crack down on the Schwartz auction and screwed up, the SSS would be finished. That's why for your own good I can't let you chase after this. Anyways, that's the gist of it. Huh? That was not bleak in the slightest. Listen, I'm not telling you to accept how things are. Huh? Just understand, sometimes you have to chin up, look forward, and figure out how much you can really accomplish. Don't forget that pit in your stomach right now, though. Do that, and your chance will come one day. Don't get too down, eh? I understand, sir. From now on, we'll stop. Stop looking into the auction. Lloyd. Are you sure, Lloyd? Damn, this turned out well. With that, the third day and the anniversary festival ended. Teo's past, a mysterious story of Lloyd's brother, a hacker known as Kitty, detailed report regarding Ravash, and then the Schwartz auction sitting at the center of Crossbow's injustices. With all of it still spinning inside of his head, Lloyd quickly fell asleep. Nudge, nudge. Yawn. Nudge, nudge, nudge. What the? An earthquake? This actually feels kinda nice. Jeez, I'm so sleepy. Output, minimum. Power level, low. Freezing process, begin. Cold! What? What's this music? Good morning, Lloyd. Yeah, good morning. Actually, why are you even in my room? Our morning meeting is about to begin, so I came to wake you up, Lloyd. Oh, I didn't realize how late it was. Still, though, that was kind of strange. I felt a weird chilling sensation against the back of my neck. I must have had quite a wild dream. That was no dream. My efforts to nudge you awake were in vain, so I cast a low energy diamond dust. A diamond dust of all things. Excuse me? I must still be dreaming because I could have sworn you said you casted a diamond dust on me in my sleep. That was only a tiny amount. There's no need to be concerned. It worked out in the end, did it not? Yeah, I suppose it did. Besides, I had difficulty deciding on how to wake up someone who was fast asleep. So I ended up going with what I considered to be a reliable method. You didn't know how to wake me up? Actually, now that I think about it, I doubt she's ever had the opportunity to do something like that. Lloyd? Are you angry? No, not really. Although, I'd recommend raising your voice too when nudging fails. I'm sure that'll wake most people up. Oh, I see. In that case, would it be more appropriate to address you with, "Good morning, Master," the next time opportunity presents itself? Why would you think that? Or perhaps you would enjoy, "I'm gonna kick my lazy bird out of bed if he doesn't wake up." Where'd you even learn these phrases? Please relax. I'm merely teasing you. Ellie and I prepared breakfast, so please come downstairs after you've changed. I'll be taking my leave now. Well, wait a minute. What is it? Thanks, Tio. You're worried about me, so you came to check in on me, right? Huh? It feels like the stress from yesterday has just vanished. It's all thanks to you, Tio. 4th day of the anniversary festival. We're gonna have our work cut out for us. Crossbell's anniversary festival, 4th day. Alright, it's the 4th day of the festival. Time to get to work. I'm sure a load of support requests were submitted overnight, so let's take a look. Right, today's the day of the big parade too. Not to mention there's likely tourists traveling all over Crossbell during the festival. A lot of requests have come through the system. Lost belongings, missing children, etc, etc. Might be a little too much to try and tackle them all at once. Let's do what's within our power and go from there, eh? Yep, that's the plan. Alright, we got 2 new ones. One short. Okay, let's do with this one first. There's a thief targeting the food stalls at the anniversary festival. We want you to arrest a criminal. The association tent in the Harbor District, not a tank. Whoops. Okay. Okay. Hold on, let me clean my glasses really quick. The bright screen just made me see that there was a smudge on my glasses. Alright. Luckily there's only 2 side quests this time around. And it's still medium time length for the other one too, so that's good. There's still more time to get to the advanced battlefield, or whatever the heck it was called. Alright. This one is monster extermination. I like that. Easy. And this one is, last time the foreign couple stayed at my establishment, but now there's no sign of them. Please help me find them. I'm afraid they went somewhere very dangerous. Please hurry to Ash Tree Inn for details. Ash Tree Inn? I don't exactly remember what inn that is, but just make sure not to visit any inns so I don't mess up. Oh yeah, Harbor District. Did we ever report the one we did? Okay. Whoops. I did remember that Ellie, I was gonna check if these shoes are better for her. But she already has them on. Yeah, I don't really want to put those on then. There should be new equipment, right? Or is it in every new chapter? Who's this? Due to all the requests and security gigs, the braces have been stretched thin. In order to be ready for emergency situations, I've been put on standby in Crossbow City. I should use the downtime to get myself a new sword. Okay. Yeah, it's just every new chapter. Okay. I'll show what we got here then. There was some armor in the department store that I wasn't able to buy previously. So let's go get them. Yep, 2 floral dresses for the women in our party. Here you go. And here you go. And also we'll sell what you just had on. Alright. That's enough equipment gathering. We are going to the Harbor District. And let me save right here. It's right here, right? No. Which tent? This says completed but not reported. But, I just went to try and report it. I'm not sure. I'll go back and check one more time, but let me check, the association's tent. Not that one. It would be this one. Okay, these two guys. Excuse us, but we're with the Crossbow Police Department. We're here to respond to your support request. We're here looking for the Business Owners Association tent. Is this the correct place? Oh, you've arrived. I'm surprised. Who would have thought that you'd be the ones to handle the task? Well, word about the Special Support Section has been spreading thin these days. Are you acquainted with Lloyd? Yeah. We happened to sit across from each other on the train to Crossbow the day I started working with you guys. I had no idea that he was the chairman of the Business Owners Association at that time. Just as I was unaware that the young man across from me was poised to become a fine detective. We have a bit of a difficult situation on our hands. My apologies. Members of the SSS, could you please lend me your strength? You can count on us, sir. Let's see. I believe the request mentioned something about a recent theft. Yeah. Wasn't there a bunch of them? Yes, it's as you say. There have been 4 different reports of theft since yesterday. Every last one of the stalls was robbed for everything they had. The Business Owners Association manages all of the stalls being run during the festival, so we hear every report that comes in. I finished organizing the reports and have data mined that only the food stalls are being targeted. We don't have any clues to go off of, so the best thing we can do is to warn the other stalls. That's unfortunate. Stall owners have already have enough worry to worry about during the festival. I would imagine that you are worried about the damage becoming more widespread. Yes, and that's why I've called you all here. It is my duty to ensure that the chief is caught before they can cause any more damage. With the way things are going, customers who have come from far and wide to enjoy the festival could be affected. May I count on you to apprehend the thief? Yep. Understood. This is a serious predicament. We'll begin investigating immediately. Thank goodness. I already feel relieved. I'm counting on all of you. Rest assured, my man, you're in good hands. Hey, Lloyd, any plans on how to tackle this? We don't have any clues to work off of. There's not enough information to go off of yet. I don't think there's any point in trying to analyze the situation. Excuse me, you mind do you mind telling us which stalls were targeted? I'd like to speak with the owners. I'm able to collect information from them before we proceed. Ah, I see. That makes sense to me. I've recorded the names down here. May I read them to you? Yes, that's fine. First is Nardo's Burgers in Central Square, followed by Chroma's Juice Stand in the Administrative District. Next we have Palate Pizza in the Entertainment District and Mifra's Gelato in the Harbor District. Were you able to get all of that? Scratch, scratch. Okay, so 4 stalls in total and they're all in different districts. You failed to find a single clue despite there being 4 victims. Regardless, let's see what we can dig up from the owners. Will you be here on standby? We'll return after we made our rounds. Oh yeah, let me give you my contact information. Don't hesitate to call us if there are any new developments. We don't know when the thief will strike again, so communication is key. Understood. We'll wait here for you. Counting on you, everyone. West serial theft investigation has started. Alright. Well, one of them is here, so let's check them out. Wait. I've never had this before, and this one, so I'll buy them. Oh, do they have different things to buy? No. Yeah, same exact. Right here. Alright. Me first gelato, eh? Damn, she's one fine lady. Can't you take it down a few notches, Randy? We're not here to flirt with her. Let's just focus on the questioning, please. Excuse us, ma'am. We're here with the Crossbow Police. May we take a few moments to ask you about what happened? Yeah, you're talking about the theft, right? You managed to pull a fast one on me when I was serving a customer. He struck you while you were busy then? Yeah, I was busy serving some carefree-looking foreigner that was trying his hardest to hit on me. While I was warding away his persistent flirting, I thought I felt someone sneaking around behind me, but it was too little too late. By the time I noticed, the register had already been emptied. That means you don't know the full details of the execution then. That's correct. I made the terrible mistake of not witnessing the crime. That was a quick talk. One was right here in Central Square. Nardo's Burgers. This is one of the food stalls that got robbed, right? Excuse me, do you have a minute? We're conducting an investigation on the recent thefts. Are you those police officers the guys from the Business Owners Association told me about? I'm sure you know, but my stall was hit this morning. Our condolences. Please try to recall what occurred at the time of the incident. Oh well. The problem with that is that I don't exactly know when I was robbed. How's that even possible? Well, it might have been when I was busy chatting away with a talkative young man. I think it was an eager tourist who came to enjoy the festival. Anyway, he was quite the loose-lipped guy. When I finally got him his order, I swear I heard some rustling from behind me. Confused, I quickly spun around, but there was no one there. And after a while, I opened up my register, and lo and behold, all my mirror was gone. So it's possible that your mirror was stolen while you were busy talking. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm as boggled as you are. Whoops. That definitely sounds odd. Where were the other ones at, again? Administrative and entertainment. Okay. Administrative is the first one on the list, so we'll go there. Actually, with the... Hold on. What can I buy from you? Anything new? Oh yeah, holy crap, expensive freaking burgers. Holy crap, but you're getting CP plus 95. I'd be a fool to skip out on this right here. Dang it, I really need to... I really like... How much are battle scopes? 25? Dang, it's not gonna be enough. I want to be able to eat these and gain the recipe so I can understand how to make them soon. And this is still pretty good too. But CP plus 95 is ridiculously insane. Like, the best food you can get in the game in the Sky series were always like the CP ones, which are, because obviously they're going to help you beat the game. But these, not only are, oh my god, big HP, but massive amounts of CP. That's pretty much an S-craft. Okay. Well, we got someplace to go, come check out when we get our mirror. I don't think we've gotten any step if to open up some slots for Tio, right? Like, yeah, one slot. Since I did just open that slot up, let me go quickly do a little fast rest. And go to the administrative district. Welcome to Chroma's juice stand. Feeling thirsty? Wasn't this the one stand that was robbed? Excuse me, would you mind giving us an account of how the robbery went down in detail, please? Sure, I guess. It all happened when I let my guard down for a second. Ah, my poor sales. Do you recall what the suspect looked like? Not really. It was really busy, so I wasn't able to get a good look at everyone. But there was this slim, younger man. From the looks of it, he was a foreign tourist. He was hitting on me the entire time. It seems like they're doing the same thing for every one of the female standees. Was that what you call them, standees? But it's a slim young man, and he's not working alone. Then as I was in the middle of rejecting him, I heard these weird sounds from behind me. And that was the thief's cue. I think so. Darn it, I was being so careful too. Our thief is a crafty one. Look at these cool looking bracers. Alright, let's see what we got here. Arch attack 50% buff? Holy... Buy that. Entertainment district. Right here. Pizza. It's pizza time. Right. Palade Pizza is one of the stalls that was robbed. Excuse me, sir. Do you have any minute to talk? Do you have a minute to talk, I mean? We're investigating the recent string of thefts. That mess, eh? Geez, what a day it's been. I was all caught up dealing with a customer when I let my guard down. Wait, dealing with a customer? Yeah, some chatty fellow was asking me for a tropical pizza. Judging by my past experience with customers, I'm willing to bet he was a tourist. Sorry, but I've come to dislike that fellow. If my ears weren't deceiving me, I could have sworn I heard sounds coming from the back of the stall. No, I'm positive it was the sound of the register being wrenched open. Damn it, how could this happen to me? I'm sorry for what you're going through. Thank you for cooperating in our investigation. Should we wrap up our questioning here? We should be good. Let's head on back and shuffle through all our info. We haven't heard from the Business Owners Association, so we can assume that no other stalls have been victimized. That should be the case, yes. Though perhaps it would be prudent to conduct one more round of the food stalls just to be sure. Yeah, just so I can eat. I'll buy some of this. The CP25 is pretty good. Good? Oh my god! 50% CP, 50 CP with the 70% HP? There's a good reason why these cost a lot right now, guys. I'm telling you guys. Don't miss those. As soon as I get this mirror in from these support requests, I'm going straight to these two stalls. Harbor District. I was like, where the heck am I going again? Oh, you're back already. Were you able to find anything? We actually managed to gather a lot of information. Shall we begin to organize it? Good idea. Take it away, Lloyd. Okay, got it. Let's start going through everything. Ahem. Let's start by clarifying all of the information we've obtained. According to the stall's report, the method used to steal the mirror from them was stolen while the owner is distracted. Pretty sure they all said it was while they were hit. Pretty sure they all said they were hit while they were in the middle of dealing with customers. Committing the crime while the owners are busy serving customers to avoid detection. A crafty method, I must say. Yeah, it doesn't matter how cautious you are if you're busy to notice. Right, I heard the same. Does their cowardice know no bounds? Let's not forget our thieving friend who managed to hit up 4 of them in a row. Probably off-gloating to their friends about their epic heist right about now, yeah? Ooh, sorry about that, my throat. Yeah, but don't crimes like these normally follow a pattern? We should be able to discern one if we keep looking. Judging from what I've heard, I get the feeling there's a pattern behind their actions. Now that I pieced together the information, the criminal's motive is... How would I know the motive, though? So, he hit on the two women, and he distracted the two men on all the 4 stalls. And then there was an accomplice, the thief, who went and forced open the registers while they were distracted. It has to be financial problems. I can't think of anything else. Financial problems has to be. But they have been motivated by financial problems. I'm not getting that impression, though. I'm with you. Hitting up a bunch of stalls in a short period of time makes me think that they were doing it to screw with all the stall owners. There are plenty of bigger fish to fry. Hey, how's it going, Kenneth? Hello, you beautiful person. Thank you so much for the follow. How are you doing on this beautiful day? There are plenty of bigger fish to fry if they needed some serious cash. Yeah, you're right. Our criminal probably gets their thrills from stealing. It's utterly ridiculous that someone would commit so many deaths for a reason like that. What kind of criminal is responsible for this tomfoolery? I think I have an idea of what the criminal might be like. The criminal is... It's a youthful duo. I'm fairly certain it's a pair of younger thieves. How do you figure? There weren't any witnesses. Think about it for a second. Each stall was robbed in the middle of serving a customer. Didn't the descriptions of the customer they served sound eerily similar to one another? The stalls in the administrative districts and harbor districts both described him as a young, carefree-looking man. Meanwhile, the stalls in Central Square as the entertainment district described him as a talkative young man. Those are the only profiles recounted by the stall owners at the moment of the theft. It's far too unlikely to be a coincidence. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking our crimes are that's why I'm thinking our criminals are a pair. I think I get what you're saying. While one of them garnered the attention of the stall owner, the other went and stole the mirror? Yeah, makes sense if you assume that they were alternating roles. We absolutely cannot let this continue to happen. Please find them before they strike again. Yeah, I agree with the chairman. How are you gonna find them, though? The city is packed with people right now. It's hopeless, isn't it? The best we can do is alert the shopkeepers to stay on guard. I disagree. I think we have enough information on how they operate to devise a countermeasure to stop them from stealing again. Hey guys, what do you think our friend is gonna strike next? I think it's safe to exclude any stores that have already been targeted. Sooner or later, they're gonna get caught with their hands in the cookie jar. It is highly probable that they will focus on stalls that have yet to be targeted and will strike while they are serving a customer. Maybe I should have asked a few stalls that weren't targeted for information too. Oh well. Judging from what we saw, the next stall most likely targeted to be is... I mean, I don't know. I feel like all of them would be targeted. I love how the game... I feel like the game is always like, oh, based on all the information that we've gathered, we can clearly figure out the motives, the reasoning, who they are, how tall they are, their gender, their freaking... What is it? Their blood type. Their hair color. I'm just like, wait, too far. You're going too far. I don't know what we struck next. I'm gonna say the sweet stall. The Central Square sweet stall. What about the sweet stall in Central Square? Yeah, and for good reason. The administrative district will be filled with officers because of today's parade. Entertainment and harbor districts are relatively open areas compared to Central Square. Considering they need to secure an easily accessible escape route, Central Square is the most logical location. You see, Lloyd thinks way too deep compared to what I would be thinking. But that's why Lloyd's a detective and I'm not, though. Considering I already read that. Why would they need an escape route? Shopkeepers that were already stolen from are going to be more aware of their surroundings. Even if we've got an experienced thief on our hands, they're far more likely to get caught at this point. They'll need to make a quick getaway if they get caught in the act. You know, now that you mention it, Isn't the burger stall also located at the intersection between a few of the districts? The sweet shop in Central Square is within proximity of the back alley and the administrative district. That area decidedly has the highest number of escape routes available, so the thieves are likely to target that stall next. Good thinking, Teotot. Since it's come down to this, let's stake it all on the thieves targeting them next. The members of the SSS travel to the designated district to conduct their stakeout. Looks like he's a bust. Hey, it's that girl from the bus. I just realized that's that girl from the bus. The customer's pretty young. Just looks like you run out of the mill tourist. Hold your horses, Lord. We got another bite. The youth subtly reached his hand into the food stall's register. That's our cue. Go, go, go. Police! Freeze! Damn it. Quick, let's scram. Whoa, huh? Mademoiselle Ellie, Teotot, you're up. You do know this is a dead end, right? Game, set, match. Crap. We got him. We got him. You're just a bunch of spineless cops. The hell do you think you can do to us? What can the cops do to a bunch of thieves? I wonder. Really? You think you can just walk all over us like the Black Emperors? I'm relieved that we were able to retrieve the mirror. I must say though, these hooligans aren't quite as rough around the edges as I was expecting. You said it, bud. One punch from the downtown delinquents and they'd be crying like a bunch of pansies. Wow, that quieted them down. You think it's possible they were really targeted by them? Well, who'd ever get scared by guys like that? You're making fun of us or something? We have no trouble taking them on. Bingo. It all makes sense now. They were made fools of, so they were resorting to petty crimes as a means of venting their frustration. So that's what it was. They've disrupted the festival, and for what? Some selfish, self-pitying reason? You better listen up, you whippersnappers. I'll have you answer for your crimes, you hear me? Ugh, what's with this old geezer? He's giving us a real scary look. Oh, there you are. You're at the special support section, right? Sorry we're late. We're here to take away the thieves. Thanks. Sorry for calling you out here during such a busy period. Not a problem. It's our job after all. Are these the two guys? Yeah. If you would escort them to HQ, please. Right. You can count on us. Hey, move it along. Whoa, don't push me. Well, that's that. Whew. Looks like it's case closed. It didn't look like they were from Crossbow, so I figured they won't be in jail for more than 3 days. Crossbow's pretty soft on the foreigners, eh? Yeah. Well, the joke is on them. They'll be sitting in a jail cell staring at a stone wall while the rest of us is out here enjoying the festival. Not to mention, I had a bit of fun striking a bit of fear into their hearts. I must say, your charade was spectacular. They were completely fooled. When it comes with the experience of being a veteran trader, I'm used to having to put on airs. It's definitely a side of you I've never seen before. Either way, I think I put on quite the performance if I do say so myself. Thank you for resolving the issue, everyone. Indeed, we're truly in your debt. Please allow for the Business Owners Association to present you its utmost gratitude. Oh no, you don't have to do that. We're happy to have we're happy to have solved the case before any more damage was dealt. You do know where to find us if you ever run into any other problems. We'd be happy to help. A fine plan indeed. I shall do so if the need ever rises again. With pleasure. We'd be happy to be of service to you. The Quest serial theft investigation has been completed. That was a more kind of lengthier side quest of the two, because the other one was just a monster extermination. Turn that in with 3 DP, 2 bonus DP, 5 DP total, 162 total DP overall, with a 1,500 mirror bone gained. And then the monster that we're looking for East Crossbow Highway. And has a it looks like it will lower your stats, okay? Alright, we'll be leaving from the East Street. And we'll be looking for this this monster. East Crossbow Highway, huh? Okay. Hey, it towed the car that was here. That's funny. That's pretty cool. So my actions did actually, you know, do something, you know what I mean? Well, the monster isn't over here. Get all this free Sepith. My hand did not press X at all. It just missed entirely. Yep. Oh my god! Well, okay. I was ready anyway, so it's okay. They are weak to wind pretty heavily. All right. I'll do a little Galleon Tower. Gosh, we're one away. I'm gonna do that into Crimson Gale. Oh, they have pretty good physical defenses. It was wind, right? Oh, crap. I don't... Crap. What's the element at the bottom? Earth is at the top, and then I know fire's not at the top. Wind. Wind. Oh gosh, in this case I'm gonna heal. Yeah, put to sleep. Oh my lord, stop! Oh, Jesus Lord. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, I'm gonna have to just throw some CP, some S-crafts right out the gate. Even if it's just to take out one. Wait, I'm looking for arts. Do another one. Alright, let's try it this time again. I wasted the Crimson Gale, though. Why am I not... you know what I should just do? I should just put the accessory for preventing sleep. I don't know why I'm not doing that. Oh, well. I can summon Zait. And then S-Craft. We'll hit this one. Good damage. Tiger Charge. He's blinded. Oh my lord. Yes, they got delayed. Perfect. Attack that one, please. And... so I'm going to start doing some Spark Dines. You could do that. And you Spark Dine this one. Good thing they missed. There we go. Spark Dine. Spark Dine. Power Smash. Oh! Dang it, it didn't. I mean, we got this, but it sucks that he died. Does she have an art to recover? Revive? Yes. That was a pretty a pretty good heal. What the heck? Heck yeah. Too slow to attack. There we go. Alright. Randy leveled up, and Ellie, as they were a little bit behind because they did not join us with the Geofront A sector area that we were in with just Lloyd and Tio. Alright, what is Bewitch? Wait, what's that? Was that a weapon or something? I should just check items. Bewitch? I don't know what that is. That seems like something that'd be pretty helpful. It was a quartz. Slows movement speed of enemies attacked on the field. Slows movement speed of enemies attacked on the field. I don't need that. Alright, we're literally right here next to Crossbow, so we can easily go back, manually report it in, and that's pretty much all the side quests until we can go to the advanced battlefield over there. Until we can get into the battlefield, we can't really do the ninth photo. We're gonna rest up because we got pretty messed up. And report 4 DP for this, 2000 Mira, and 166 total overall DP. Okay, now there's nothing left but the main quest, which wants us to hurry to Ash Tree Inn. Oh yeah, that's the place. I no idea where the heck that's at. There's no inns here. I know the the Valheim Inn. That's definitely not that. Villa Raisins, definitely not that. I know this is an inn. It's the Casey Apartments. That's not it then. What's this again? Oh, just a regular house? Okay. And then that's a restaurant. I know there's some places here. Do we have anything to increase our effectiveness of our weapons? Not at all. How the heck do we get those? What's this boy doing here? I had to sweep the heck out of the streets thanks to all this confetti piling up. Though, I like watching the confetti. Reminds me of falling snowflakes. I'm not even seeing any confetti. Mason, Imelda's. That's not the place. Lotus Heights, that's not the place either. I don't think there was a place here at all that was in a place to rest at. No. Harbor District? Oh, what? Oh, I can't go in there anyways. Crossbow News Service. Oh, no, hey you. No. Entertainment District. A hotel. Orange Shield. Casino. Where the heck is Ash Inn? Ash Tree Inn. Where is that? Check the side streets. No. Downtown. No, 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 no. Wait, downtown. Wait. What's downtown? Oh. I forgot what that was for a minute. Back alley, IBC, Ursula Road. Maine's Mountain Path. The airport. You're never gonna make us go in there, huh? The Ash Tree Inn. It has to be at one of these other places then. I don't think that's anywhere here, is it? Alright, I'm gonna quickly do a little look up on this because I don't know where this is. Ash Tree Inn. Wow, there's an actual place in real life called the Ash Tree Inn. I'm getting a lot of results for that. Kind of funny. Here we are. It's Armorica Village, yeah. As expected. It couldn't be in here. Alright. Hold on a second, guys. I'm checking something. Ancient Battlefield. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Alright. Alright, so we're off to Armorica Village. Alright, sorry about that, guys. This is not Armorica Village. Armorica Village is from the East Street. Armorica Village. I'm gonna check the battlefield one more time. I think I went through there one already. But it can't hurt to check one more time. It's over there. Oh, I can go through. They must have gone further in. Oh. Beyond here is the ancient battlefield. Monsters have turned it into their nest, so it's currently off limits. I apologize, but unauthorized individuals may not proceed any further. I think that we're going to be going in there, and considering what he just hinted at, just saying, I think that we are going to go in there. Okay. Alright, now I'm excited. Let's go in. Ash Tree Inn. Not there. There you go. Oh, goddess. If something ends up happening to my customers, my inn is done for. Please be safe. Uh, excuse us. You're Mr. Gofan, right? We're the special support section. You submitted a support request to the CPD, didn't you? Oh, I'm saved. I've got a monumental problem on my hands, everyone. Gah! If I knew this was gonna happen, I would have tied them down while they were still in the village. Oh, this is all my fault. Sir, please try to calm down and explain the situation. What in the world happened? Sorry about that. I'm just a little overwhelmed by this fiasco. Allow me to start from the beginning. Yesterday, a foreign couple checked into my inn. Everything was fine, but when I came to bring them breakfast, in the morning, the room was empty. It was like they were never there. I have a reason to believe that they ventured into the ancient battlefield off of Old Armorica Road. That name rings a bell. I think I've mentioned it before. Historians have found traces of an old battlefield off of a branch of Old Armorica Road. If I remember correctly, wasn't the stone bridge connecting the paths down? Well, it was. It seems that it was just repaired recently, though. Now any random person can wander in there all willy-nilly. That couple kept on talking about how they wanted to go sightseeing all while they were in Crossbow. Upon hearing that, I warned them about entering the battlefield, but that might have backfired. The battlefield would probably make a pretty sweet tourism spot. Is it really that dangerous? Absolutely. That place is famous for housing a multitude of incredibly powerful monsters. Heck, even the villagers here now it'd be crazy to try and go there. And on top of that, ever since the bridge was repaired, no one's been patrolling the area. That means we can't confirm whether things have gotten better or worse. And those tourists have unsuspectingly wandered into a dangerous place. This is not an optimal situation, certainly. Agreed. We can't take this lightly. Please, I'm begging you, can you find them and bring them back? For now, my friend Alfred is standing guard, making sure no one else enters the ancient battlefield, but at this rate, my customers will be in deep trouble. Understood, sir. You can leave everything to us. I assure you we'll find your tourists. It's not like we can refuse. You know, it'd be a lot easier if tourists would listen when given their advice. Especially from locals. Nothing to do but track them down and bring them back. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me and the inn. If I lost them, I don't know. Gofan! One of his regulars, maybe? Keith, what's the matter? As you can see, I was in the middle of an important discussion. This is no time for discussion. You know that couple that went missing and now the inn is in the crapper because of it? Yes, I'm fully aware. I just told these officers about the entire situation. Well, there's no need to freak out anymore. For the sake of the inn, I called in the cavalry. The cavalry? What are you talking about? Come in here. Don't be shy. My boss will explain this entire mess to you. Sure. Lay it on me. I'm Scott of the Bracer Guild. So you've got a missing couple, is that right? If you don't mind, could you fill me in on the details? Oh, hold on. A bracer? Well, why are you here? Huh? You're that special support section, aren't you? Given the circumstances, it'd be wrong to call this meeting a coincidence. Keith, explain to me why you brought a bracer here immediately. What do you mean? Whenever you're in a pickle, you gotta turn to the Bracer Guild, duh. When I heard about what happened, I sprinted all the way to Crossbow City to submit a request to the guild. I can't fault you for caring, but I really wish you cleared it with me first. Just our luck. Dude, you have the worst timing ever. Huh? Why is everyone being so hostile right now? I don't really understand what's happening, but it's obvious that something's up. Sorry, but could I get a brief explanation of what's going on here? Sure. Here's a rundown. Lord explained that the SSS had come to accept the same request. So, that's how it is? This whole thing is just a giant misunderstanding. That may be, but what should we do about the missing couple? I'm not sure what the proper protocol is for when the police and the guild accept the same job. Hey, we could always turn this into a little fun competition. So who'll be the first to find the tourists? Something like that, maybe. Randy, that's not the issue here. What do you think we should do? I have an idea. Scott, if you aren't opposed to it, why don't we work together? Exactly, that's like literally the easiest and obvious answer, honestly. No complaints here. I was actually thinking the same thing. Joining forces with the Bracer Guild? Might as well. So we're searching for this ancient battlefield together, eh? No. We can split into groups. From what I've heard, this place is practically a den of monsters. All we need to do is secure the safety of those two tourists ASAP. I might be familiar with the general area, but the battlefield is no small place. If we split up, the probability of finding them will skyrocket. If we keep in contact with our enigmas, we should be able to find them relatively soon. True. Indeed. That seems like the most reasonable strategy. I'm all for that plan. Lives are at stake here. The more help, the merrier. SSS, Scott, I'm counting on you. And with the client permission, we're good to go. Yeah, let's do our best. Lloyd and Scott exchanged Enigma contact info. Alright, let's strike while the iron's hot. I'll head on to the ancient battlefield whenever you are all ready. Come catch up with me. I'll see you later. Okay, everyone. Once we're prepared, let's make our way to the ancient battlefield too. After all, we don't want to fall too far behind Scott. The quest has been started. Alright, I'm just gonna head over there and I'm gonna cut the stream for today. So guys, if you guys really enjoyed this, I hope you guys I hope you guys enjoyed this. You guys can consider follow me here on Twitch. You guys can also follow me on Twitter if you'd like to contact me in any way over there, talk and just have a nice chat, or just see you know, see what we're doing and what we're up to. And I like to share a lot of RPG news and reviews and stuff like that. So if that's something that's kind of suits your fancy, then that's something you could follow me on. And also, you can also subscribe to my YouTube, where I literally post every single one of my streams right after they're done. So just like this one, this will be there in an hour or two, like 2 hours I'd say. And yeah. So yeah guys, if you guys really enjoyed this, like I said, consider following me on my social medias. And I will hope to see you in the next one. I won't be able to stream tomorrow because of a last minute thing that that I'm gonna be doing tomorrow, sadly. I only got word of it literally right before I started streaming, like an hour before I started streaming actually. So I'll be streaming again the day after tomorrow, which should be Thursday, because today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, today's Tuesday. So on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like usual, we'll be streaming. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there. Let me see if there's anyone online to go and raid today. Who should we raid today? Um, doo 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 doo. I am okay. So right now, a good friend of mine from the fighting game community is streaming some King of Fighters 15, and he's a really good friend of mine, and I think he's a great person, and I really think you guys should check him out. His name is RCBTV. So if you guys like fighting games, then I'm gonna send you his way. I know I haven't really streamed fighting games in a good while, because honestly I'm not really playing them anymore, but I do want to at least support my friends. So if you guys appreciate that, then that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and raid RCB over there. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys over there. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves, like I said, and take care, guys.